There's us, and there's Jess. Okay, we're like good now.
Okay.
Yay!
Sure?
Welcome to Struggle City.
I feel like that's going to be the title of this episode.
I might just write that down now.
Welcome to Stroke. As we're about to enter the city, aren't we?
We're in the gloom here.
Alrighty, welcome back to How Doomed Are We? Professional casual, leaning on the casual today. Our playthrough of the Blackened Earth campaign for the Soulbound Age of Sigmar RPG. I almost said Age of RPG. Sigmar.
Yeah.
For Sigmar!
It's all the same thing.
For democracy!
Can't bring Hellbender's references in.
Oh, come on!
I haven't even played that game. Won't really watch any videos. I just know that line from it, and it sounds dope. But thank you for joining us. I'm your bad GM, Dan, and today, once again, we've got Rachel, Jess, Mike, and Tim coming back to see what horrible things I can do to their characters. We had a little bit of technological goof up at the beginning there where Tim's computer decided to take a nap randomly.
Listen, it just got its AARP card this week. Like, he's trying. This computer's really giving it its all.
It's geriatric at this point.
Yes, that is accurate.
In computer years, it's like 75.
Oh, yeah, actually. I mean, it's held up pretty good.
For the
Streams
most
at all of
part.
our conventions. Like,
Well, after you replace
we've
the
recorded-
battery.
No,
It just wouldn't turn on?
that didn't work.
What was it where like it just kept turning off?
I don't
Whatever
know.
It was. It just stopped doing that?
It still kind of does. It just work around it.
We're so good at this stuff.
Listen, I don't really know how computers works, but I can poke them until they like do what I need them to for a little bit.
Computers like magnets. It's just magic. It
Yeah,
just
correct.
works.
Mhm.
Mike's giving me a look like, what?
Listen,
Both of you, I have a concern on that. It's like I poke it a little bit and it works. That's
Listen,
no,
both
that's
Wicked-
not how computers work.
both Wicked Clowns and this computer never die. So like,
Pennywise.
Scary.
This computer, it reminds me of when my mom felt really bad for me and Danny back when we had our first apartment. And we had this old TV that Danny's parents had given us. And when you first turned it on, it was this big old tube TV, right? Before flat TVs. And, well, whatever. And it would come on and be all fuzzy, crazy, kind of like when you tried to watch those channels that you didn't really get on cable. So it was all like wavy, whatnot. So you'd have to go up to
are you outing yourself a little bit right now? Like,
Everybody did that. So we had this
Snap it
special
on the
flip
side.
flop up next to the TV. When it did that, you just walked up and you whacked it right on the front speaker, and then it would pop into view.
oh, there you go. All right.
My mom was there one time hanging out, and she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, we can't afford a TV. I'm in college again, and we're on one salary." So then she got me a new TV for my birthday that year that we still have.
We just talk about like how TVs are like gumballs worth of price now. Like you go to Walmart and you can get like an 85-inch TV for like $4.
Yeah.
I
And
wish
then
it was
it lasts
$4.
like 6 months.
Well, right, but like $4 every 6 months, pretty inexpensive. That's less than
It is,
Spotify.
And then we just fill all the landfills with recycling.
Yeah, you can make beds out of them. Probably you smash them up. You
Just
put them. Yeah,
Oh God.
it's building
yeah.
material. Insulate your house with it.
Kids these days, they'll just never understand. They'll never understand what it was like.
For real.
Yeah, especially hitting things to make them work. Because now I think you do that to like
Yeah.
a standard phone or laptop. And it's like, well, that's $1,000 down the drain.
Yeah, no, that's busted.
Yeah.
Or like the trauma of going over to his friend's house and they had like a different cable provider than you did. Or,
Oh,
like,
trying to
no.
find
something.
Nickelodeon. It's like it should be
No.
36. Why is this E
Right.
ESPN?
Going
you go
over
to
to
your-
someone who has dish.
Stop that.
Oh yeah.
Or just your grandparents' house that live far enough away. I
Yeah.
don't know where any of the channels
Yeah.
are. And
Yeah.
they're like, you should be playing outside anyway. And I'm like,
Like,
but you
no.
got bees out there.
Yeah.
They sting.
You have Comedy Central. I want to watch South Park. I'm 9 and I can't get this anywhere else.
Channel 32.
Oh, man. But yeah,
right.
it was just the fact that we had that special flip-flop just for smacking
Yeah.
the TV. It was kind of hilarious. I don't miss it, but it's kind of funny.
The flip flop or the TV?
I mean,
You know-
it wasn't my flip-flop. So
You
I
know,
didn't miss that.
You know who I blame for all that, honestly, and everything for us growing up to just like smack it. That's gonna fix it. And
Oh,
everything.
Dan, right?
No,
Repairman,
Nintendo.
man.
Oh,
Gray
yeah.
box, because all we had to do to ever fix
Yeah,
the
just-
thing was
Just blow on that cartridge. You're good to go.
That is true.
Try doing that with my car. It doesn't work.
no.
Open the hood, blow on it. It's like, nope, it's still on fire.
I guess I'm calling a tow truck.
Oh,
I
that
always
music's
said-
still playing. I actually got to turn that off.
What is it? Why is it still going?
I think it just repeats.
It's just on repeat.
It's on a
forever.
loop.
Again, welcome to Struggle City.
Yeah.
Hey, ExPaxis, welcome in. Okay, so welcome to Professional Casual Network. This intro banter is pretty spot on.
Don't know
on
if this
brand.
is really professional.
No, I
I don't know.
intro
It goes
ban-
on like 3 times longer than this for every one of our other shows.
That's
so.
very true. I try to keep it a little tighter on the stream, but a little banter in the beginning is good to give a chance for people to show up. I forgot to advertise this yesterday because Tim and I actually drove all the way down to like South Jersey
Joyzy.
or mid Jersey. I don't know. It was
Where?
like an
Paramus?
hour over the border.
Paramus?
It was
Way past
Mawa.
Paramus.
Mawa.
Mawa.
It was way past Mawa.
Mahawa. Something. It started with an M and had a.
Mawa is a place.
Cheesequake.
was
That's a
barely
place
in
in New Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, it was like an
Yeah.
hour into
Yeah,
New
South
Jersey.
Jersey. I don't know what you're talking
Morristown? Or
about. It was past Morristown.
Did we see that? I have no idea.
Did you hit Atlantic City?
No.
Do a little
that's-
gamble.
No, that'll be ACO in June when we go to
Ah.
Atlantic City, so you can just smell that dumpster fire of an ocean they have.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you step out into Atlantic City and you're like, oof, like
Just walking on shells.
She said Jersey is very mid, yes. But Tim and I went down there for a Marvel Crisis Protocol tournament. It was awesome. We just swept the competition. We both ended 1 and 3.
that's right.
A little bit of bragging there. A little bit
right.
of bragging.
Right? I won the last game finally. Tim and I, our only wins were against the same guy.
We got last, and we were both kind of kicking ourselves
You
for
had
not
some
getting
against
last because
him.
they got more prizes.
And it was more than they said. So they were giving away this awesome terrain piece for the person that came in last. And I was like, my last game, I'm like, I'm 0-3. Like, do I just throw it and win that building? And I was like, no. I said my goal was to win at least one game. And then they were doing the awards at the end. They're like, oh yeah, and last place gets this building and a $20 store credit. And I was like, I could have got $20. Would have paid for the tournament.
Yeah. Well, and it was wild too because there was 21, 22 people in that tournament.
Something like that.
10 of them were from this group called the Pork Roll Protocol, which is what I wanted
Pork
to go.
roll?
Pork Roll Protocol. There's one guy in the group from North
I
Jersey
hate pork roll.
who's like, "Yo, if I win though, we're calling it
Why?
Taylor Ham Tactics though."
I
Oh,
don't
they
know.
they all hate him.
How do you?
Sometimes if I like think about like sausage meat like that too much, I don't know. I don't like it.
So I agree. I can't stand bologna. I don't want to look at it or think about
Like
it. And pork
bacon,
roll's
egg, and
not
cheese
much
all day.
different.
Pork roll, egg and cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had it. I want to try it.
See, I was the freak because I worked in a deli and everything. I actually grew to enjoy eating olive loaf.
That's gross, and I
Actually,
hate
sounds-
it.
I like
Grandma.
olive loaf. Or an olive cheese loaf, even better, because add cheese to just about anything and it's
Well,
better.
I mean, you could always, have the cheese loaf, which is just bologna with cheese flecked it into it.
Richie was like, "I thought you meant first and third, but no, you did not mean that." No, nope.
No,
We
1
were-
and 3.
We
Like,
were
one
second to
win.
last and third to last.
We did not represent New
No.
York very well in that tournament.
Well, that's the thing is, like I said, there was 10 people from the Pork Roll Protocol there, right? Out of 20 people, you have a 50% shot each round to go up against one of them. Round 1, I faced the dude I know from Albany, who also drove 3.5 hours. I play this guy whenever. I drove to Jersey for it, though, and then I lost.
Yeah, it
Felt
was a
a little
good
bad.
time though.
It was a good time.
It was a long day driving down to Jersey and back, and it rained the whole time. It just didn't stop raining.
And not heavy rain, too. Like that mist that kind of got to medium rain where you're just like, I can't set the wipers on automatic or I'm going to be blind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But also
oh.
every truck that passes you, you're like, oh, I guess I'll just be blind anyway.
It was one point we were coming down the hill, like 5 minutes from home, and I'm taking this turn, and there was a truck that went. I was like, oh, I can't see, and then it went past, and I was like, oh, I gotta turn tighter, and Tim was like, whoa,
I was nervous at a bunch of parts yesterday. I was super.
bunch of parts.
I was too tired to drive on the way back, but yeah, there were some situations that happened, and I was like, I'm alert now.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't as bad as the time I've had to drive through blizzards because of events we've gone to, but
Did you guys use the turnpike?
Turnpike.
wait, what?
No.
I don't know, 17.
Whatever Google
Oh,
tells you to do.
Jersey Turnpike maybe probably.
Oh, the Garden State Parkway, yeah.
Yeah, we were on that for a while.
We were just trying to find a KFC so we get a chizza.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Honestly,
I would get one.
Yeah.
of
I
that.
looked at that thing. I'm like, that is just
Oh, the fried
heart
chicken
attack.
with like the pizza.
Yeah,
topping.
it's
Yeah.
pretty much chicken parm with pepperoni.
Chicken-
Like, it's pretty dope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
with Tim. I saw the commercial. It was
I
like
just
chicken
feel
parm
like
pepperoni.
KFC has gotten so expensive.
just 8 McChickens. It's so much cheaper.
What is this intro?
Yep.
by the
You
way?
know what's not expensive?
$2.99.
Where's the book?
I just happened to think about what is this intro? We are going all over the place.
Yeah, it's all
playing
right.
the
We
game.
get
Yeah.
some of it out now. You get comfortable being on camera again. I say what's not expensive because you can choose the price. Is head over to patreon.com/professionalcasual to support the network, to help us go to like covering events, not to help me and Tim go play in them, but
Yeah, you want to help.
Maybe.
You want to help a bunch of members of the MCP community walk away with a bunch of wins. Then help support us to go to more events.
we talk about that game all the time, but it didn't come up there. But thank you to
We go
our
to
top
make
tier
others look good.
patrons right, that went to patreon.com/professionalcasual and signed up. Different tiers get you all kinds of extra stuff. We have the brand new Electric Casuals tier to celebrate the old world release that we are loving, and we're going to be getting even more content for that out. I think we actually have some battle report filming scheduled.
Do we?
I think
It's news to me.
it's in the chat.
I don't listen to that. You and Taylor go off for like 25 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not going to catch up on 400 messages.
That's not true.
Of Taylor just talking about goblins.
Well, the goblins are awesome.
I don't disagree.
Thank you so much to James, Cliff Jumper, Briarmage, Bicon, Wizardskills, Leroy Otis, Tony Hot Hands, Cider Drinker, Dagna, and our King Ding Doppeldongers, Tau, IronMaize, Krob, and ExPaxis.
Did you still not write James on that list?
I said James first.
Oh, okay.
It's right there. It's the only one in pen.
James.
'Cause I wrote it.
Why is it on a different page? That is like a
Okay.
collage of names. That's not a list.
Danny started the list. I just continued it.
Whew.
Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other great stuff over at professionalcasual.com. Our other actual plays like the Lost Omens podcast and a Grim podcast of Perilous Adventure.
And the Wait Did I Roll a Wild hoodies up there too.
Wait,
on
did
the
I
merch
roll
shop.
wild? I love that logo.
It's real good.
And what else do we do? All kinds of stuff. You're on the Twitch now. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to check out the Twitch pretty much every day. With this streaming on Sunday, we've gone it'll be 2 full weeks of streaming,
Yeah, I haven't slept in a month, pretty
right?
much.
Wow.
Between everything going on. Right? It was what besides streaming, you've done a recording. Like
Yeah, there's
what,
not
every
been many
day
nights where
since-
there's not evening recordings every weeknight.
like even Tuesday. Well, with Tuesday we streamed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Power Phase, and then Wednesday we did Beards, Ears, and Skulls, and then Thursday you did it again when you and Taylor got to interview Duncan Rhodes from Tooth and Coats Painting.
Yeah, last Thursday was an episode of Beards, Ears, and Skulls where we interviewed Duncan Rhodes, who's an absolute sweetheart, and I am like head over heels for his accent.
I'm
Like,
excited to
holy
watch
cow.
that or listen to that episode tomorrow.
Then regular
Out.
stream, and then I recorded 4 episodes of WTF as MCP with Jay from the 5th Trooper. The first episode just came out on their YouTube channel the other day. So yeah, it's a lot of recording.
Busy. There's all kinds of stuff. Make sure to follow us on all the socials to see what's coming out every week because there's something pretty much every day. Let's a little bit of banter there. Let's get into Blackened Earth here. So
what do you think about cream cheese fries?
quick little recap. Love it. You for Soulbound have been asked to investigate something going on in Ghyran, the Realm of Life, where you went through one of the realm gates in the Realm of Fire with a cogfort, which is basically a giant walking fortress, and you traveled on that for a few days along this road through the jungles of the Realm of Life until you were assaulted by a horde of Skaven. You barely got away with your lives, but you did lose the cogfort as it crashed and they destroyed the engine. Last time we started with a fight against a massive storm fiend and a warlock engineer. You killed them, right?
Yeah, we ended up killing them. Then we killed a giant bird. Then we killed these weird fish bird people things.
Boy, I forgot about the
So
giant
didn't
bird.
The Warlock Engineer and like some of the other ones just like start
We killed the big guy,
killed
and,
the
start
and
like
I think
going
Tim
off
just
or
let
something.
the little guy sitting on the thing's back just kind of like sit there and flip out.
Yeah.
Because there was the
Because you
engineer that could.
perpetually had the control of its
I think-
mind or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you fled from the engineer because he was like destroying
Yeah.
the engine and casting magic because
And
you
they
guys are getting
stayed in
pretty
the
hurt.
cogfort and we like left or something and
Yeah,
he
I
didn't
just-
follow us or something.
I just told him to make a ruckus in there.
Yeah.
Oh, because you had controlled him. That's
Yeah.
right. You took his
Oh,
mind
right.
over with your magic.
Like the guy's
right.
stats wouldn't be able to ever beat Tim's stuff, no matter what.
Yeah, I was like,
So
oh, this is my permanent friend now. Friend is in quotes,
Oh my
but like
god,
whatever.
I forgot.
Right. So you fled with a handful of survivors
I'm
into the
sensing
jungle.
a theme of you and making just permanent friends from what you were telling me about, like with
No,
dogs.
So
when
good
they
at
warm
friends.
up to me, they'll like me. They just need to get there first.
There's
Stuff
gotta
it in
be
your
some
pocket.
like some psychological meaning to this. What was your childhood like?
Let's not talk about it. We're playing a game. Let's stay focused.
So you fled to the jungle. You fought a Cyclestone cockatrice, which started to turn somebody into Cyclestone, but you're able to withstand it and kill the bird and pluck out, I think, one of its Cyclestone eyes.
Yeah.
Which you learned is worth a lot of water. Money.
Yes.
And then you continued on a bit further, and you were attacked by some Zangors that you learned pretty quickly did not like the magic users in the party and really focused on soil.
That's right. Yeah, they didn't want to be our friends at all.
Right.
Yeah, they were
Soil
dicks.
is quite injured. I know you're seriously wounded, but you are full up on toughness because you took a breather. And
Did I?
Last thing that happened
That one I'm
was
not sure on.
I know
That
you
one
took
I'm
a
not-
breather. I think you were taking a breather when you got attacked by the Zangors. I think. So I think everybody's in a little bit of rough shape here,
No, I'm fine.
probably.
Hey, Cord!
That's what it was. Last time we were streaming, somebody subscribed and is
Prophase
scared.
342
Yeah, that's what it was.
lucky Prophase 342 lucky.
Okay, so that's the file name of the finger guns emote?
Oh! Because he put finger guns. Oh, that's so good. Oh, the text-to-speech stuff is hilarious. Thank you, Cord. What is that? 11 months? Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's about to be his anniversary.
Woo! Let's see. So, yeah, you pressed on through the jungle, and you just reached the Ghoul Mare proper, where you are kind of leaving the heavy vegetation behind, and it's mostly just like boggy swampland ahead of you with like copse of trees here and there.
I'm picturing we're going to encounter a lot of undead things.
Is a copse a tree like a cockatrice, but it's a tree?
Copse of trees.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, like police trees.
I knew you were going to say that.
Gotcha. All right. No, I'm on the same page.
Was actually years ago we were playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay in like the kitchen in my house, and I said copse of trees because I've never seen that word before or heard that word before and the way it's spelled, and my mom was like, it's copse of trees, and I was like, oh, thanks. Are you listening? She's like, a little bit.
It's
Wait,
cord-
so a grouping of trees is called a copse of trees?
Like a small grouping, yeah.
It's like a murder of crows, like trees that travel in pairs and
Or a
groups.
family
Yeah.
of weasels is called a business.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, weasels
it?
are dope.
Oh, happy birthday, Cord.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that. I know a bunch of those. I didn't know.
Only reason I know that is from those shorts of the animals on YouTube that like constantly pop up on my thing.
Nice.
They make fun of it.
My favorite is an embarrassment of pandas.
That a thing?
Yeah.
That's what a group
That's-
of pandas is called, an embarrassment.
That's actually pretty good.
Really?
Or a flamboyance of flamingos.
That one's spot on. That one makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Everybody knows a murder of crows because that's just good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. All right, so we're in the Ghoul Mare. Ghoul Mare, however you want to pronounce it. M-E-R-E. I don't know. I'm not good with words.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. So it's not quite night yet. It's still day, and Captain Hines, the captain of the cogfort with his like one robot arm, wants to just press on. We just need to keep heading
You
south.
had a robot arm?
Yeah,
I don't remember
he's
that.
got like a steam-powered lift arm.
I don't know.
I want that arm.
What are you?
Rocket?
Yeah,
Do you know how much that thing probably costs?
they're
Are you gonna
really
ask him?
expensive.
you
The
asking?
steam-powered
Probably should.
prostheses are expensive. I just threw his token up. You can zoom in on it and see that his left arm is
I mean, you can't make
robot-like.
You can't
Maybe
make
do
your
stuff. It looks just like a pauldron from here.
It's a robot arm. It's kind of cool. It says he's always fidgeting with like the little nozzles and screws and stuff. But yeah, he wants to press on as far as possible until nightfall to get away, as far away from the Skaven as possible. Continue heading south towards the city. It's large enough that eventually you should be able to, if nothing else, hear the hourly cannon blasts that they fire off to keep the cannons in working order and to track time. Once he figures once you get within miles, you'll be able to hear it because they are massive cannons.
At the place where we're supposed to be going?
Yes.
But like, if it was taken over, then
Oh, the
Oh.
place we're going, I don't think was taken over, right?
Well, okay, so
well, we don't know because the shipments stopped.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
the whole point is that you're trying to investigate why there haven't been shipments in 2 weeks.
So if
That's
we
right.
Don't hear cannons.
That would be
Bad.
bad, yes.
Okay.
What if we hear cannon?
What is the
That's
plural?
better than no cannon.
I think it's like wolves, right? It goes canulves, probably, for multiple cannons.
I believe cannon
Can
is just
Cannoli.
plural.
Cannolis, yeah, there you go.
Cannolis.
Yeah.
Cannolis. All right, so you push through the ghoul mare, and after a few hours of swatting at flies and getting those of you that wear boots, getting them wet,
I have extras. It's fine.
right? You eventually come upon an abnormally healthy. It says bosk. I'm not sure what that word means. It's not a giant lizard.
Bounty hunter from
Bounty
Star
hunter.
Wars? It's
Yeah,
not
there's
that
only
guy?
one. There's only one S.
Okay.
Maybe a bosk is another word for cops. It says an abnormally healthy bosk sticks out of the ghoul mare landscape, overgrown with bright flowers and surrounded by a cloud of spores.
Thank you, Hinklemeyer, for the gift sub as well. Going to Tan to Colossus. That's pretty dope.
Hey, thanks.
Would Soil know anything about this if I saw it?
I mean, it looks out of place being full of, like, flowers
Okay.
and everything. Everything else here is kind of looks deadish. Like, it's called the ghoul mare. So, like you said, there's probably undead around.
All right.
Oh, why don't you go talk to him? He's probably one of your friends, right?
Do you?
He looks vibrant, probably.
You're assuming again.
Well, I mean, have I been wrong?
Yes.
Okay, name 17 times. I'll wait.
You asked me every tree if I knew them on our way here.
You said you knew like 3 of them.
Their names of what type they were, yes.
Oh, I thought that guy's name was Maple. It's not?
No.
Oh. I thought it was a cute name.
Heinz looks at you and he says, "Do you think we should investigate or just press on around?"
I mean, it's almost like a mirage, right? We probably should take a look at it.
Or
A sign of
sound
health
like
in the middle of all
Walking
this?
around.
It can't possibly be a trap, right?
I've
There's
heard-
flowers on it. You can't trap flowers.
Why would you even just say that? Why?
I have heard that Cyclostone can cause growths like this. We might be able to find some in there and recoup some of our losses from this trip.
That definitely sounds like a trap.
Oh, no, that sounds like money, I think. That's probably a great idea.
I know we're not, Hardy and Hale at the moment, so if you'd rather just go
Oh,
around,
fine.
that's
Thank
up
you,
to the
though.
4 of you. You are our muscle right now.
Can I ask you a personal question?
I guess so.
How much did your arm cost?
Let me try to remember.
Okay.
My vote is to move away from this strange oddity.
Is it because he's from a different neighborhood as you or something like that? Is this like a turf war thing? You just don't like that tree because he's out in the ghoul mire?
Why would there be life in a place of death?
Well, right? Because all life comes from death a little bit, right?
You're failing in your philosophies again.
Well, I don't think so. Well, probably a little bit. But no, I think, you think of swamp and it's decay and that breeds bacteria. And bacteria is kind of life if you think about it. Right? A little bit.
All right, Magic Boy, go check it out.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. But, someone should.
Shouldn't have seen that coming.
I only have 2 pairs of boots left. There's a lot of mud in between me and that tree.
Mud. All right, if you don't want to go in, that's fine with me. Could be dangerous, could be worthwhile. I don't know.
I vote we walk around it.
What does
We see spores. We don't need to be poisoned any further.
Oh, wait, are there spores?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, let's avoid it.
Okay.
That's a great point, actually.
I don't need mold.
No.
you weren't
What a smell, too.
you weren't paying attention again, were you?
No, not really, but I don't know. It looks nice.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
What?
Uh-oh.
I just rolled dice. What do you mean?
Me?
All right, so you take a wide berth around it. As you, give it some space, Captain Hines looks at it and he's like, I think I see some mare spites in there. They may have given us trouble. They're not always hostile, though.
Mare spite?
Yes, what is a mare? Is that like a tiny horse fairy?
Oh, no, they're spites. They're something to do with the Sylvaneth. Your Branch Witch friend probably knows more about them, but they're like spirits of the wilderness, as far as I understand.
Oh, just spirits. They're not like real things.
I mean, they're real in that they could hurt you, but they tend to be more mischievous, but they can become aggressive. So again, I'm fine with moving around it, as we already have started to.
Okay.
Is there any way? Is there any way? Because with some, I don't know. Do I have anything that I could use to like just take a check at it, like roll a check to see if there's anything that I can discern?
Do like a mind awareness.
Yeah, what
test.
kind of
That's probably great.
what
Yeah.
skill do you feel like would be most appropriate there? Where's Sawyer?
I ain't got really much of anything. do I?
Oh, how about mine arcana? No, wait.
I don't have anything in that.
No, I saw the 4, and I was like, well, you're probably good at that.
Nature?
No, ain't got nothing in nature.
Well, you got 4 because it's based off of mind typically. So just
Yeah.
roll me a mind. Let's do a 5-1 test.
Okay. So 4, just with mind.
Ooh,
Well, you have that many?
I've got 2 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you know about mare spites. Spites are little like spirits that hang their,
Spites or sprites?
spites.
Oh, they are spites.
Yeah, not sprites.
They're evil
Gotcha.
sprites.
That's something else. And spites,
Or at least agitated.
they're like
They're not good on the holiday.
fragments of consciousness. Like they're not really creatures. They can have a little bit of a personality at times, but they're not like. Yeah, they're just like a manifestation of magic in a way, and they're for Sylvaneth. They are like sometimes companions, or like they can do little things, but they can be hostile. Sometimes they use them to fight they can fight alongside Sylvaneth, but you don't really know what you're getting with spites ever. They're very not precacious. What's the word I'm looking for? That's not a word.
Shallow and pedantic.
I have a beast.
Not
I've
precarious.
got
What's the word?
both training and focus and beast handling and everything. Would there be anything that like I could be able to like try and like communicate with it or understand it a little bit more about what's going on with them? Like what are they doing out here in the swamp?
Yeah, roll me another 5-1 for your beast handling. Whatever you get for that.
Yeah.
Precocious. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh,
I think it applies here.
like they lived on a beach before there was water?
Got
Precocious?
That was a stretch,
Yes.
even for you.
Well, it's good to stay limber.
All right, beast handling got 3 dice and a focus. So you can
Actually, no. Remember, I'm poisoned still.
Oh yeah, I did forget. Was that from the cockatrice?
Something I don't know. You've done a lot of crap to me.
I can't remember what poison. Maybe was it the? I can't remember what.
It doesn't
poison,
matter. I
but
got
yeah.
2 successes.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, you see the way that they're acting. You feel like they're like flying and they're like little floaty spirits, kind of like will-o-wisps or something, and they seem to be flying around like they're protecting something. Is the sense that you get from their movements?
So they can be helpful, and they're around a tree that has life in the middle of a dead marsh, and they're kind of acting like they're protecting it.
Yeah, a little group of trees.
I think Dr. Ketchup was probably right in that there's some cyclestone in there that they're protecting.
Jeez.
Well,
It
Commander
took me a second.
Commander Hines,
Ketchup.
yeah.
I got there, but it took me a second. I was like, "Who's Dr. Ketchup?"
I was right there with you. I'm like, who the
I was like, "Is that somebody new in chat?"
That sounds like a terrible soda drink.
Oh, yes. The fact that they carbonate the ketchup is just awful.
Oh God, could you imagine
carbonated ketchup.
tomato
Ugh.
flavored soda?
If anyone at home is listening and has a soda stream, please carbonate your ketchup and let us know how it turns out.
You could just carbonate the, what is it, like V8? That would be easier.
Oh yeah.
but it'd probably still be really gross.
It probably would be.
Well, I don't
Just
know.
pour
is
out a can of
Oh, so-
Campbell's tomato soup and carbonate.
Is it like
Oh,
a
yeah, it's just some of that
michelada,
foamy
like,
tomato. It's
made
fine.
juice and beer, so that would kind of be carbonated or something.
This
So are we
episode
gonna
brought to you
go
by-
are we gonna go check it out now?
I think we should.
Now we're all curious.
Right? How about I just pop over there really quick and see what it looks like?
You do have your shadow sneaking ability.
That's true.
How far can you go with that? Does
It
say?
doesn't matter long. I can go long with it.
Okay. So that's like up to 2 zones away, so it's very abstract, but I don't... Like, you were taking a wide berth around it, I think you could, like, in, like, 2 bamfs, you could get over there.
I'm not going to do that twice. I'll walk up until I'm within range. And then,
Okay.
Then we'll bamf over.
Throw your cloak over yourself and... pff.
This is the Ghoulmire. I'm pretty certain I'm always in shadow here.
It does
would-
seem weirdly dark, even with the sun out.
I would
like a
caution
kish.
that you do nothing to aggravate them.
I've never aggravated anyone.
Really.
No. But we'll pop over there.
All right, so how far away from the group of trees do you go? Do you pop out?
I don't know, just, a safe answer that doesn't get me in any trouble, but also lets me, see what I'm looking for.
All right, so say you're effectively like 1 zone away.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, 10 yards, 20 yards?
Yeah.
Something like that. So you see within, it's a little grouping of trees, right? And there's kind of a clearing-ish in the middle with a bigger tree in the center. And you see like a greenish glow coming from the center.
Is there anything that I would know that would be reminiscent of?
Is there like intuition type thing as a skill?
I don't know. You're
Yeah,
the
There
GM.
is intuition. Yeah, make me a 5-1 intuition test here. You got 3 dice for it.
Okay.
Person. The person icon on third one.
Person.
That one.
The actor.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Doug.
Yes.
Nice.
Doogie.
And
Do.
we'll do. I forget. It's been a hot minute. I just. So talents maybe.
No, go to stats.
Stats?
If you just click on intuition under skills,
Follow
you
your
can roll it.
heart,
Or you can just roll 3 dice.
your intuition.
5-1.
Oh, we'll get 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Well, you didn't change it to 5-1, but you did get a 6, so that is a pass. So you feel like the glow looks similar to the glow of the cockatrice's eyes from earlier today, just more of it.
So that does. So that would be Cycle Stone.
Seems
Yeah.
like it might be Cyclestone.
Yeah, but it. Okay.
But the spites are protecting it for a reason.
Well, maybe they're not protecting it. Maybe they're protecting like a pinball machine or something that they really like. We'll approach
Did you
the.
say pinball machine?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I heard that right.
Yeah. We'll approach.
Okay.
We'll approach.
You approach, and the mare spites just continue their pattern. They don't like react to you at all. As you get up to the like ring of trees, you see in the center of this, there's a big tree in the center, and you see something that looks kind of like soil, like definitely a sylvaneth, is like stuck to that center tree, and it looks like a giant green glowing sword is stuck through them, pinning them to this tree. And they're just kind of like, they don't look dead though. They just look like they're like
in stasis.
yeah, kind of. But like, no, they're still moving here and there, just every once in a while. Like their head will loll to the other side. They're not dead, but clearly stuck.
And how far is that away?
So like you're at like there's like basically as you get closer, you realize there's like a ring of trees and a clearing, but then one big tree in the middle. You do see while the branch wraith is there. Let's see. It says she continually sheds bark and leaves, flowers sprouting from her hair and withering instantly, replaced by more each round. So like she just it's this like constant cycle of growth and decay.
I am going to cast a spell called
Hi, Tada Colossus.
called Illusion.
Illusion.
Illusion. And I am going to make it seem like there's maybe a couple more of me that are just kind of meandering where I am.
Okay.
And then I'm going to teleport in there.
So you're in there, but there's an illusion of a few of you outside.
Yes, so
All
they
right.
don't think I've approached.
Well, you got to roll for the spell.
Nah.
You keep trying to get away with not rolling for spells lately.
Because it's difficult to do. How do I do this?
You can just roll the physical dice in front of you, too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, okay, so if you go to talents, your spells, click
Yeah,
on illusion.
I did.
And then... Wait, what?
Yes, I had the same reaction.
Well, where's the button? Look, maybe if... Okay, I think if you go to combat, scroll down to spells, click on illusion. There we go. Then you hit roll. And you pass with one additional success.
I do.
Nice.
All right.
So that'll
just wanna
be
make
2
sure-
minutes of extra Dougs.
Fantastic. Just what we need is more ducks.
Has anyone else got a bad
Everyone's been
feeling?
saying it for years, I feel.
Has anyone else got a bad feeling?
Right? So you pop in there, and the branch wraith looks at you like, huh! Or she's like, huh! But
Hello.
then, like, the things just keep happening.
My name is Doug. How are you?
Not well.
I didn't think so. Is there a way I
You
could?
happen to have Aqua Gyranus.
I do have Aqua Gyranus.
You do?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not in there with you, but I'm just like, I thought you were bankrupt, dude.
I am not rich, that's for certain. But I haven't spent anything yet. I've won a bunch from those dead people on that ship that we were on. But yes, is there anything else I can do to assist, or you just need a little drop?
No, I need many drops.
Oh,
This Psychostone blade is keeping me alive, but
oh, this is
killing me
helping
at
you.
the same time.
Oh, should I remove it first?
If you wish.
That will help you.
Can I do another, like, am I close enough to do another check to see all of this, or am I still way on the outside?
If you want to say that you went up as Doug is doing all this, otherwise the rest of you are like 100 yards away or so.
Hey, you find 3 more Dougs.
Which concerns me. Yeah, I'll say that I'll start after Doug went and everything else, and they didn't attack him, that I walked up with him, or Soil did, and everything else. And if I'm close enough, then I'd like to do another check, just to see again, what do I know?
So look, it's one of your type, with a sword in him.
Mike, is Soil branch wraith or branch witch?
Branch witch, not a
Okay.
wraith.
That I think a witch is more powerful in this instance. Okay, so you are looking in and you hear her say a Psychostone blade.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you do another. This will be a 6-1. We'll do nature. So I think you're down to only 3 dice for that with the poison.
You said 6-1?
Yeah.
Yo, just roll multiple 6s. That's all you need to do in this game.
I succeeded with 2.
Wow. Okay, so you know, I think you said you're originally from the Realm of Life anyway. You've heard of Psychostone blades. They are like basically powerful magic weapons. Like it's made out of the Realm Stone. And you know that they're really good at like cutting through armor and stuff like that. So like this is a big deal.
So do we need to be careful in removing the sword at the same time we're giving her aqua or it or whatever? I don't know what you people are. Aqua Gyranus.
Probably. I'm going to move closer to Soil and just be on the defense, knowing that he is weak.
Thanks.
I thought you meant Doug at first. I just
No,
assumed.
Soil.
Oh no, just weak in personality.
But that also means, right, because it says until the start of your next turn, attacks or spells that target the ally, which would be Soil, target me instead.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're getting ready to like jump in the way if something
Yeah.
happens. Awesome.
I'm staying away with the rest of the group.
Alrighty. So do Soil and or Daria move into the clearing? Or do you stay out while Doug's talking to this thing?
Nothing seems to be like attracting any kind of attention to Doug.
No, the spites are still just doing their thing, moving around the outside of the trees. I see a singer beyond the trees there. Not one I'm aware of, though. Don't worry about my spites. They won't do anything unless I tell them to.
Oh, he says the spites won't do anything unless he feels like it. So you're perfectly safe.
Soil moves closer. And just kind of, I don't know. Just kind of examining for right now.
Do you have Aqua Gyranus? Enough will make me strong enough to remove this sword.
So I have 85 drops. I don't know if that's actually going to be enough in this particular situation, but thankfully Moneybags is here.
How did you come to be like this?
If you help me, I can tell you my story.
Yeah, he has a sword in him. Why don't we get that out and get him healed up, and maybe he'll,
I need to drink deeply of Aqua Gyranus to be healed enough.
I'll go ahead and start trying to remove this blade.
Okay.
I'm going to roll 4 dice. I don't know what
Try
the skill
to
is.
yank it out.
Yes.
Something just screams trap to me right now.
Give me a
Right?
might
Actually, you know what might
weapon
be...
skill test.
You know what might be the cleanest exit wound? Is if I hold it by the handle, right? Like I'm wielding it. And then just teleport away with it.
Okay.
Right? Because then there's no, exit pull out. Maybe it's serrated or something. It would cause
Is
more
that
damage as it pulls out.
possible?
I don't know.
Interesting. Because
Yes.
normally you teleport with all your stuff, right?
Right.
Yes.
As how the spell would make sense.
And to just
Otherwise-
not have that there anymore without having to go through, the sawing motion of yanking out a sword from somebody's chest might be helpful.
Gonna teleport and just leave soil dying in there.
No, I mean, I'll teleport 2 feet away, just right next door.
Okay, sure.
Let's try that.
Go for
I don't have to make a test. To
Yeah, I know.
teleport.
it. So you teleport a few feet away, and the sword's in your hand, and the branch wraith is like...
I hope that was the least painful exit for
And
you.
you see, her chest closing up. Or no, it doesn't close up, because she's like, Aqua Gyranus! And
Soil.
you see she's leaking out of that wound.
Soil, she's leaking.
Before I do anything,
Soil!
I have, but no, just in this quick moment. Quick check for actually Dan with the game rules and everything else. Since I am able to, cast Realm Blood and everything else, would that call? I know that only focuses mostly on toughness, but would it provide any kind of stability to the person at first?
You can try. Target regains 1 toughness. Each additional success increases toughness. Yeah, you could try it. She's basically, the Sylvaneth equivalent of bleeding from a big open wound in her chest, so you figure your healing magic should do something.
Or just pour $20 in there.
First of all, I'm not going to take money advice from you.
Whoa!
Number 1.
Taylor. He's killing it in chat. They're called mare spites. Throwlash.
I'm going to take...
I do like that Tad the Colossus was like, I still can't take Tam. Still can't
Tam.
take Tam seriously without the beard. It's like, listen, that means you've taken me seriously before, and that's on you.
At least you've got,
Yeah,
buzz there.
it's getting there, but it'll be a minute.
the things we do for the network.
Yeah, anything for a bit.
Things we do for love.
I'm not shaving my beard anytime soon.
I'm going to take
Will
10
you-
drops.
Diet like Hulk Hogan. Just like bleach. Just this.
Yo,
Do
with a bandana,
yellow
yes.
handlebar mustache. I would
Brother.
think about it.
I'm going to provide 10 drops.
She drinks that real quick, and and you see it close up just a little bit, and she's like, "I need more."
And I need answers.
Are you torturing this poor soul?
Soil ain't messing around.
I need to know why you were here.
It was the war song. There were other Sylvaneth. had this sword, and they thought they would punish me. They thought I claimed this area as my kingdom. They called this tree my throne.
Well, did you do those things, though?
This is my small area of the mare. I've defended it.
I'll go up, and I'll give it to 20.
Okay, she drinks it quickly again and closes up a little bit more.
A soil.
What war song was called?
You know of the songs. The Sylvaneth in this area are typically very warlike.
Yes, but each one has their own song. What song?
I think due to the followers of Sigmar have made so much war in this area that many of the Sylvaneth have fallen to depravity in that way, and I was not among them. So they tried to seek to punish me. Please, just some more Aqua Gyranus if you can. While you guys are in here talking and Daria very nearby, I want everybody to make a 5-2 awareness. What is awareness usually based off of? Mind awareness.
You want me as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 successes.
I only have 2 dice, I think.
I'm super aware.
Apparently.
Oh, I got 2 successes. 5? Yeah.
5-2,
I
yeah.
got-
Damn, I got all success. I
got
with
2
one
fives.
additional success. Sorry.
Wow, so you all pass. So as you're standing here talking to this person, you might be like, maybe not standing perfectly still, and especially Daria having a different vantage point than you. You see that like around behind her tree throne thing are a few human bodies, people wearing like uniforms of some kind. That are clearly dead.
So who was it? Who was the one that put the sword in you?
Before we go too far and everything, I'm going to provide another 20 drops.
Okay, great. She closes us up a bit more and she says, "That's almost enough."
This is like my life savings you already drank. But who put the sword in you?
I don't know their name.
I'm going to slowly walk around to the humans, or towards the human bodies to check them out.
Who are the ones hanging around your throne?
Those are my mare spites.
The bodies
Bodies.
in the trees.
Interlopers from the city, beyond their territory. They left the one road. I had to defend my glade.
That doesn't seem off base.
Do I recognize the uniform at all?
So hearing her say that like the unit, like they definitely look like they're part of like maybe some kind of patrol or something. They're wearing gray uniforms that are all spattered with blood and mud now. But like that story makes sense. She says, "I remember it was I already forgot the name of the thing. A spite revenant, and stabbed me with this sword. They said it was a kingly gift when they pinned me to the tree." She says, "May I?" She holds her hand out to Doug.
Oh, I'm kind of spent at this point. But Soil should be able to take care of you.
"The sword. May I have it back?"
Oh,
No.
Well, you were stabbed with it. It wasn't yours, right?
"No.
Right. Yeah, that was my thought too. So,
But
yeah.
if they come back, I can use it to defend my glade and my spites."
Well, could I just have it? Probably.
"No. It is a Sylvaneth artifact. Does not belong to one of your kind."
Right, but there's a Sylvaneth right here, so maybe I'm his ward. I'm carrying it for him, almost like a caddy. Look at him; he's so poisoned right now. He doesn't have the strength to carry the sword.
I don't have my full strength either, but I have 8 of my spites hovering above you,
And that's fair.
ready to act on my whim. I'd rather you just give me the sword, but I also hear the song of war.
Well, this has certainly taken a turn. We've come here, we've tried to help you.
You have helped me, and I thank you for that, which is why I have not killed you.
I want.
Like
So-
my
So I know what Doug would do in this situation, but I don't know if everyone else would be cool with that.
How much would? How can you tell me how much would more is needed to be able to like heal this person?
Like that wound in her chest has healed less than half of the way.
Less than half?
Yes.
You try your magic spell.
That's like a mortgage.
Or, I mean, have you looked around? Like, what is here to save? What are you staying here for?
This is my corner of the Ghoul mare. I've defended it for long.
And how's that working out for you?
I think you can see that with your own eyes.
So, very legitimately, okay.
Okay.
I got the shush fingers from Soil. Listen to it, dear.
I have enough to fully revive you, but I want a guarantee that we leave your territory peacefully.
I want nothing more.
The sword will stay with me until we are out, and then I will leave it with you. It'll be at the edge of your territory.
That is agreeable.
No songs of war shall be answered.
It is quiet.
Very well. How much is needed?
You've given her 60 so far. She needs a total of 150.
That's over twice what I started with.
Okay.
Money bags over here.
That's going to actually hit me quite hard.
Has Hella, I would say Captain Hines, since he can tell there's no fighting, is fine with like moving closer if Hella wants to join the party.
Oh yes, the dude with the 3,000 pound,
Yeah.
Aquagaranis arm. He probably has a couple ducats,
No,
right?
he can reimburse me once we leave.
I
No
wanted
more are to enter.
I wanted to give this sword to Hella. I don't want to leave it in a swamp. It's very icky.
Things.
Since we don't hear anything bad happening, I'm gonna say we're just staying where we are because we don't need to help.
Okay. Hines is like, I will defer to your wisdom, Dwarden.
All right. So I'll give what? So we gave 60 already, and need 150.
Yeah.
So that's what, another
90.
60,
90.
90.
We could pass around a collection plate, maybe amongst the people out there.
I was doing the math wrong too. I was about to say 70. I'm like, no, that would be 130, dummy.
No, 70 sounds right. The GM said it. You
All
heard
right. So I will provide what's left of the Aquagaranis.
it. Who?
Wow, you have that much?
It'll
Nice.
drop me down to 170.
What?
Oh, poor thing.
I'm
You could just do
7.
it again.
Down to why? You have 7?
I'm pretty sure I have like 7.
I mean, this has been actually quite
I have
expensive.
7 drops.
I mean, I had over 300 before I
Right,
started
because
this
you don't
whole-
start with like any equipment.
No, I just have money.
It's all about the money.
Because you're a tree person. You don't need a sword and armor and stuff. Okay.
I'm crazy rich, but y'all don't need to know that.
So she thanks you profusely. She says, actually, in a show of good faith, so you said you will leave the sword just outside of my glade. Give me one moment, and she like dashes around behind the tree. Excuse me, and she comes back around and she holds out to Soil and opens her hand, and there's a little tiny cyclestone chip in her hand that you know was worth a ton.
Okay.
Oh, great. Yeah, so
take
there
it.
you go. Yeah, look at you. You got that sword right out of him and everything. Okay, great.
Doug,
Yes. It's actually pronounced Doug.
give me the sword. That was the agreement.
'Twas.
Yeah, when we get to the edge, yes, you'll be able to
Doug.
drop it down.
Give me the sword. before this gets worse.
Oh, can you reimburse me for the Aqua Gyranus that I helped with? And
You
then
can
yes.
take this chip.
It's worth way more than what you paid in.
Absolutely. Listen, it's kind of an even trade here, but yes, it's here you go.
All right, so Soil takes the sword, holds it. As agreed,
Yes.
we leave.
Yeah, any safe passage through the icky parts of here would also be pretty stellar.
Well, you seem to be true to your word, giving me the Aqua Gyranus I needed to heal myself and my tree.
It's not a small amount either.
I think that while that was tense for a moment, we could consider ourselves friends, Soil. Yes?
Agreed. It has been a strange homecoming.
If you wish, you can. I see you have some more of your friends out a ways. My mites have let me know. If you wish to take a rest here, that could be agreeable. This place is safe for the ghoul mare. My mites can, not mites, spites. Thought that sounded weird. I said mites before.
No, you have those little bugs in your branches too. You probably have both.
Oh, I'm sure she's covered in
Yeah.
mites as well. Bark mites or whatever. My spites can let us know if anything is nearby.
This
Meh.
doesn't change the deal as long as I hold the sword. We still have safe passage until we leave.
Yes,
Let me talk with my party.
very good. The war song is a faint glimmer anymore.
Okay. So I let everybody else aware that's around me right now. What do you feel to do?
I trust.
She acted very aggressively towards me, and all I tried to do was take, that sword. Which she asked me to do. She was like, yo, let's get this sword out of me, and I
To
did
be
it.
fair, Doug,
Yes.
don't many act aggressively towards you at some point?
Oh, yeah, indubitably. Most of the time, even. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, okay, that makes sense.
Would you like to get Hela and the others within?
Did your spites let you know that we were approaching?
Yes, but you seemed
Very pretty.
not hostile.
I wasn't that hostile. Yes, that's right.
So I was waiting to see what would happen. I thought maybe you could help me, and you have. I'm glad I did not ask them to attack.
All right, so who's going to go tell Hela?
I will. I'll exit stage left, and I will go tell Hela and Captain Hines or Commander Hines that, we've really cut the mustard here.
Very well. Yes.
Hopefully, he
I like a few
relish
comments that
in
go
the moment
comments
as well.
back here, Dan. You're stereotyping tree people, Dan.
Right?
I am? Oh, yeah, that's just Taylor, though. All right, so you're taking her up on the offer and resting here?
Yes,
It
Okay.
feels like a bad move, but
we have an agreement, and as long as I hold the sword.
That's not the button I wanted. There we go. Wrong tab. All right, so resting. You're able to all take a, sleep. Anybody that comes into the glade here, you can lay down on the soft earth. It's
Can I
kinda
actually
chilly.
use my medic ability? We're resting? Like
Oh,
actual
yeah!
resting?
Oh, yeah.
I can actually take
You're
care of
resting.
wounds?
Okay,
there's
so
no healing in this game. No.
says taking
Wait
a
a
rest.
minute.
It's just like most RPGs, taking a rest represents bedding down for the night and getting some sleep. For those that do sleep, a rest lasts for 8 hours, 2 hours of which you can use to prepare and eat a meal, study, read a book, perhaps even hunt wild game. At the end of the rest, your toughness returns to its maximum and your wounds heal slightly. You clear one space on the wound track.
Nice.
I believe
Sweet.
your medic talent allows you to heal another wound on the wound track or something.
So I can, all right, let me just take a look at this and everything. First of all, does this resting also get rid of my poison finally?
I think it was until you
Until a full
rested,
rest.
yeah.
Okay, so that's freaking gone finally.
That is huge, yeah.
So I can get rid of that, right? The poison thing?
Yeah.
Sweet. Get off me.
And we each get rid of one wound, right? Because then I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were wounded too?
I had a one minor wound. Yeah,
Oh, I forgot about that one.
I think from the bird. I think from the cockatrice.
Oh, I think I got like
Oh,
one
well,
really
alright,
good hit from the cockatrice.
So this is interesting and everything. Instead of taking a rest, you can choose to spend the length of the rest treating one ally's wounds. You do not gain the benefits of the rest. You can only treat one wound at a time. So if the ally has multiple wounds, you must tell the GM which wound you are treating. To adequately treat the wound, you must succeed on a mind medicine test.
But that's not your own.
So you can effectively give up your own rest to heal somebody else?
Well, that's why I guess the question would be like
Right.
it says ally. If I were to use this talent and everything, would that I'd be able to treat myself, or is that going to be out of it, Dan?
All right, so based on the wording of other games where this can be very particular, it doesn't say another ally's wounds. You're your own ally, right? Like, I'm okay with you. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to treat yourself.
Okay.
The only thing is, I only see difficulties for severe and well, you have a severe wound, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you have two.
Yeah.
So if you succeed,
Wait, what's
severity
that?
reduces 2 steps instead of 1. Okay, so you have to make a 4-2 mind
So
medicine.
if I'm doing this and everything else, then I still have the poison effect on me because I'm not gaining the benefits of the rest.
Yes.
Damn it.
I would just take a regular rest, get rid of the poison and one of your wounds. Maybe there's a medic on
Right.
board of the people that are left.
Yeah, it's kind of, that's your choice here. You would keep poison if you do this.
So benefits of the rest, I get rid of poison. My toughness goes back to max. I clear one spot off of my wound.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, medic is really good if you're not terribly hurt, but someone else is. So that
So
makes
I have
sense. That works better
technically
on an ally.
2 serious wounds on me. Would one of those wounds just be turned into a minor?
I think because you're at 2, you're seriously wounded, right?
Yes. I have
'Cause you
two,
have 4, right?
I have 4 from my wound, and I'm full up with 2 serious wounds.
Yeah, so I think if you have 3, then you're mortally wounded. Right?
No,
Double-checking
this
how
is
that
that.
works.
All right, now we're getting back into the territory of this thing again.
Oh yeah, seriously,
seriously, but not
4.
Yes. He
Yeah.
doesn't even have a deadly wound.
Yeah, so if you just do a normal rest, you'll get rid of the poison, you'll regain all your toughness, and you'll only be minorly wounded because you only have 1 wound. If you would use the medic, you could get rid of both of your wounds, but you'll still be you could. If you fail the test, you don't get rid of any wounds, and you're still poisoned.
So, all right. Well, then, all right. So, because I'm trying to understand with this, with how it's got it set up here, because I have it technically 2 serious wounds labeled onto me. Would I get rid of 1 full serious wound, or I would just take one of them and turn them into a minor, and I have only 3? I have 3 wounds on me now. Is that how I'm understanding?
No, you are because you have 2 wounds,
Mm-hmm.
you're seriously wounded. If you with a normal rest, you
I have
heal
4 wounds.
4 wounds total. Are you? Oh, you're at 4.
I'm at 4 wounds.
Oh, I thought you only had 2 below.
No.
I got what we're saying now.
This is like the argument we had. We were like trying to decide if he was mortally
Like
wounded or
technically, my
severely
wound
Yeah.
table
wounded
is
last
up,
time.
and if this is the argument we're having, where I'm saying if I take any more wounds, then I'm mortally
Yeah.
wounded.
Right. Yeah, we got a little. That was a little unclear there. So now I see why you want to recover more.
That's why I'm asking. It's like if it just takes 1, then does because I have 2 serious wounds on me that's stacked up on
Right.
my sheet here. Would one of those serious wounds just become a minor wound to represent then it going down to 3? Because I think
No,
that's
but
what,
you would still. So it says serious. You're seriously wounded if you have 2 to 4 wounds on your wound track, which you do.
right.
So once it gets down to only 1, then you're minorly wounded.
Okay, so I'm.
So I
I
think
should
it should
get rid of.
say, because I think you're deadly. You're not deadly wounded because that's if your toughness isn't at 0, so you're not deadly wounded. You don't have any deadly wounds, I should say.
Okay.
So you have 1 minor wound and 3 serious wounds is how we should track that on Foundry.
1 minor wound and 3 serious wounds.
Yeah. I think is how that works.
That right. So 1 minor wound and 1 serious wound gives me 3 wounds.
Okay. Yeah, so it's okay.
So one of my serious wounds has gone down, essentially. If
From
I were to
rest.
be- from resting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I was just trying to understand. All right, but
I got what you're saying. That took me a minute. I got a little
Yeah,
confused
no,
there.
I didn't explain it well either. Yeah, I'll just do a regular rest then, so that way I can get rid of the poison, have one of my wounds go down, and then I can hopefully take care of stuff later.
Sweet.
So that way I can get my rolls back up to 100%.
All right. Bye, Taylor. Love you. All right. Okay. So we got that figured out finally. So you're back to full toughness. You have 3 wounds currently instead of 4. Was anybody else? I know Hella, you had 1 wound.
Yeah, I had 1 minor wound.
So you're fine after resting. You're back to full. Was Daria down at
Cool.
all?
No, because Soil had helped me heal, or like had given me Aquaguranis to heal last time.
Because you were just down toughness
Yeah.
for a little bit. I believe Doug is fine. He's good at staying in the back and not getting hit. Tim's good at that in all the games. He knows. He's always scared to get hit, which I don't blame him. This game can hit pretty hard. All right, so you're able to rest through the night. It's pretty restful, and you don't even need to set a watch unless you don't trust the branch wraith here. And then the night passes without problem. I'm going to stall for just a minute for Tim to get back. But at this point, you've traveled miles through the Ghoul Mare between... No, never mind. This was
This was like the first
the first thing you came across here.
Yeah.
thing.
I think
Yeah.
we've only traveled a short distance, I would assume.
Oh, have we heard any
Cannon fire?
cannons?
No,
Oh.
not yet.
So how long has it been?
So
mean,
you
it's been a
did
full
travel a few hours before you got here, once you got to the Ghoul Mare.
And we're supposed to hear them every hour, supposedly.
Yeah, if you're close enough.
But if
So-
I don't think we're close
Oh,
enough
so we're
yet.
not close enough yet.
You were still 2 days away by Cogfort
Okay.
when you had to flee that.
Okay.
Right, so you still got a ways to go. But in the morning, you're just the most rested you've been in a while. I mean... Soil still has some like aches and pains and things, but you're feeling better than you have in the last like day. And in the morning, the branch wraith here kind of like ushers you on, like making it like clear, like okay, time to go. I'm done with you, kind of thing.
Okay.
And she stands like just barely inside the ring of trees, and just watches Soil as you go.
All right.
There's no breakfast, or
No, you have rations
Yeah,
with
we
you
have food.
a little bit.
yeah, I teleported back in and grabbed literally all of my food supplies, but I just didn't
That's
want to
true.
use them.
All that bread and ham or whatever.
Oh yes, it's perfect for Monte Cristos.
Every step you take away from the trees, her look gets a little darker.
What is that? Is she coming after us?
Because he still has the sword.
Oh,
The
So,
agreement is until we get out of their territory.
That you'll leave it within the territory.
Once we
but you're
are
out of her
the
territory. Your territory is just that little bosque.
Is the territory the circle of trees, or where all the spores were leading out to?
The circle of trees.
Oh, okay.
So before, I want to tell you what this thing can do to make
What?
this decision
The
more
branch
difficult
wave?
for you.
Uh-oh.
What?
The sword.
Oh, the sword.
The Cyclostone sword. So a Cyclostone weapon deals +1 damage and has the magical trait. At the start of your turn, while wielding a Cyclostone weapon, you heal toughness equal to your body. In addition, during combat, plant growths fuse the Cyclostone weapon to your hand, preventing you from being disarmed.
So you want to keep this sword.
It's so good.
Well, listen, Soil should continue the bargain that Soil made, and whatever happens happens after that.
You would also know, or like during the night, like as you guys were like preparing like camp or whatever,
She was just breathing heavy
Captain
over you.
Hines would probably have come over at some point and be like, you know that not only is that a mighty weapon, but if you prefer to sell it in the city, you could easily get 300 drops.
Okay.
Haggle for more, probably. They are rare artifacts.
Okay.
And you're the stronger type of Sylvaneth, right? You decided.
Technically,
You're the witch. and not the
technically,
wizard.
I am a little of the stronger type.
And she has, there's 8 mare spites there as well.
How about this? You
I'll
drop
give it
down,
back.
and you drop it right here in this ick, right? I'll take care of the rest.
I want you all to continue on for a little bit without me. I have agreed to a
Why?
bargain, and I will make good on my bargain.
Here's the only thing I would interject, right? I don't want the sword. Money's great, right? It's fantastic.
I've already given you your chip.
We forgot about that already. But having someone like Hela, right, with one of those swords, we might actually make it to the city.
I will not
Versus-
accept that sword.
Or even soil.
Really, any one of us could make great use of it.
We
I'm
made a
s-
deal and we need to honor it.
So I completely agree. Soil, drop the sword, and we'll move on.
All right. Let's go.
Soil stays back a little bit. Lets the group go forward a little bit more.
I'm going to cast Mind Slip on Soil so he forgets I'm right next to him.
Okay, I love it when party cast spells on each other. It's one of my favorites.
Now, do I have to do a?
You get some resistance to
Okay.
this. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna get a mind intuition test, but he's got to cast it first. It's 6-1.
Yes, so here's where you might not have to cast a save at all. It's 6-1. We've rolled a single 6.
It works. So now you need to make a 5-1
Oh, that's
mind
it?
intuition test.
But mine was so much harder.
Right, because it's mind success.
Oh,
you get more
yes.
successes. The better you cast the spell, the harder it is for him to resist.
Oh,
it.
I don't
how
have
do
two
I
focus on
roll
that, do I,
against
in
it?
casting?
How do I roll again? Do I just do a roll for myself?
Oh, one training and one
Yeah.
focus.
the
Yeah, so if you click
intuition.
on the skill intuition,
Okay.
you're gonna you can set the difficulty 4-1.
So
5-1.
Is it a 5-1 or a 4-1? My mind's
4-1.
4.
It's 4-1?
What's
Yeah.
the 411?
Okay. Here we go. Succeeded with 0 additional successes.
All right, so it says you realize something isn't right. You don't remember what happened, but you know your memories were tampered with. So that you realize that like after.
And I realized my spell failed, right?
No, your spell worked.
So
Oh.
It's just after the effects of it, because it lasts for 1 minute.
Oh!
So he
it
won't
worked.
remember that minute, but he'll be like.
So I don't know.
wait a
I don't know. Dog's right behind me. Essentially.
Right. So
You have,
it
like, a
still works. He'll
sense.
just realize that, like, wait a minute, something is off here. He might not realize it was you casting a spell, but
Splendid.
So what do you do?
But it
with
only
that?
lasts for a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
Richie in chat just said this is a completely unexpected character arc from Doug here.
This is a little bit.
That's why he's the producer.
That's right. Executive
All right.
producer.
So after the party, the rest of the group's kind of moved a little bit further away and everything.
Yeah,
else.
even Doug.
Yep. As far as I know, Doug's not there, sitting behind me. Now, did this also work on the branch raven?
I think it's only one target.
Yeah, probably.
So they see Doug.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
target.
don't.
Just turn around back to that other Sylvaneth. Give it a thumbs up. Yeah, this is definitely happening.
Yeah, the spell specifically makes one target forget Doug for a minute. But because you passed the test, you'll just kind of have a feeling like that something is weird about that last moment.
Okay. All right. So after again, as the parties move down a little bit further, so I will turn back to the branch. How's it say it again? Branch wraith. Branch wraith.
Right.
Sorry.
I keep getting them mixed up too, because you're branch witch.
So I just looks at the sword for a moment or two. This is quite a powerful weapon.
It is.
How were you defeated so easily with it?
I did not possess this weapon. Having it will help me defend my home better.
And you say those that did not agree with you used it on you.
Yes,
Did they possess more weapons like this?
likely.
Were they heading to the fort?
I don't believe so. The Sylvaneth in this area of the realm have an accord passed down by Ilario herself to not attack the city. Although I understand there's some trouble there at the moment. I don't know many details, but
What can you share with me?
the war song is stronger to the south. There might be something wrong with the humans and Dwarden and elves that live there.
My understanding is the fort keeps time with maintenance and cannon fire. Can you tell me when the last you heard of any noise from the fort?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. It's probably at least another day and a half walk for your kind, them,
And have
from
you
here.
And have you seen anyone other, and then Soil kind of like motions to the bodies in the trees, other than them, come this way?
Not for some time, no. This was them, and she points like you did, was an unfortunate, possibly misunderstanding, but I had to defend my grove, and they would not leave.
They might have been refuge. I'm not there in your mind.
Can I hear him when he speaks at
If
all?
he talks, no.
Oh, he does? Oh,
No,
okay.
you wouldn't. It says you're not aware, not just that he's invisible to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so Doug's realizing that maybe something happened very badly at the fort, and these were people trying to escape into the swamp, and she just murdered them. That actually seems rather likely.
So I just look at it a little bit longer, and then I reach out with the sword handle to them.
She takes it, pulls it back, and she smiles and says, "Thank you, child of the forest. I wish you well. I hope the war song does not compromise you. It is strong to the south. Be wary.
May Ilario continue her watch on you.
And you as well.
And I leave.
Also with you."
Namaste.
So what do you do there, Doug?
Well, I probably appear now.
So wait, now does Soil get to like see Doug now, or am I just walking on? Still don't know.
Make a 4-1 mind awareness test now to see if you notice that Doug is there, because you expect him to be over with everybody else as they're walking away.
Yeah, if he dropped it, I totally would have been. I would have picked it up and teleported to the group, and he would have
what
been
I
like,
thought
wow,
you were gonna
Doug's
do.
been there the whole time. That's so great.
That's what I thought you were gonna do.
You dirtbag.
3 successes.
Wow, you guys are rolling hot today. So yeah, you're like, whoa, where'd you come from, Doug?
So I turn and I almost just knock into
Bump
Doug.
into Doug. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure you were going to be fine. And you seem to be. That's so great. I did my job.
Let us catch up with the rest of the party, Doug.
Especially Captain Hines.
Especially.
Don't you have an
Captain
arm that you are looking to procure?
I would never steal a captain or colonel's
I
arm.
didn't say steal.
Oh. Yeah, if he dies, I'm taking it. Yeah, absolutely. But it'll only benefit us all, right? Who knows how many other half-dead trees will be in the middle of the woods with a magical sword that just, need $400 shoved into their chest. I'm sure it happens all the time.
Soil just kind of puts their hand on Doug's back and just kind of like pushes.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep, we're definitely
going
leaving
down.
now. Yep, look at that.
Before fully catching up with the group, though, Soil does take a moment to look back just for a second or two and just look at everything before continuing on with them. Just observing.
Okay.
I'm not confident in enslaving that Sylvan to give me that sword, so we're not going to. Look at me, respectful.
You're not confident what?
I would be able to
Sneak the sword.
control that wraith and take the sword.
I understand the allure.
Control it.
I understand the allure of such a powerful weapon. But Sylvaneth are different. And
Yes,
can-
I quite frankly, yes, I would not be able to survive with a hole in my chest that big for who knows how long.
Don't forget, if you went back to try to take it, there's also the 8 spites around.
Who
that could attack
cares?
you.
They're spites.
Right, you haven't fought with those things yet. You're not sure how strong they are.
I literally, in character and out of character, have no idea how strong they are. I
Yeah.
just don't.
They
think-
could be piddly. They could be relatively strong. You don't know.
Could be. They didn't stop that Sylvaneth from getting stabbed in the chest. That's for sure.
Yeah, true.
which is cause for concern. And I also make everybody else aware about, or at least the captain and the party aware about what the branch wraith said about the south and how there hasn't been much activity again at the fort that we're heading to.
He's like,
And we are heading south, right?
yes.
Okay.
You want to go to the city. Greywater Fastness.
Well, Soil, I think you handled that very well, working with a war criminal like that against your own kind, so well done.
Wow. So you guys continue on, head south.
Doug's just going to
Heading
keep
south.
looking long
Yeah,
back at
let's
that sword.
That sword's really good.
It's really good.
I love this little thing because it's one of the random things that can happen while you're in the ghoul mare here, and I like this one a lot because like that sword's so tempting.
Cord was like, Toxic Tim engaged.
Oh no!
That
Oh, you could. Was that available?
it's live
Oh, you
right
could've
now.
picked-
Yeah.
No, maybe it's too late.
Too late.
So I will say because you're leaving. Well, maybe I won't say because you haven't actually left.
No, you can tell us. I'll allow
So
it.
if you take the sword, like if you pull it out and take it, or like kill her or whatever, if you take it because she really doesn't want you to take it, you increase doom by 1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's all?
So you avoided that by not taking the sword.
You're welcome.
we could always come back
Awesome.
for it. We know where it is.
That's very true.
You know. Just saying.
I'm just going to assume that I'm not hearing you two thieves talk about it. Just
Oh,
gonna-
No,
I'm nothing
listen.
but quiet. Or, I mean, I can't be quiet, I think is what I meant.
You
by that.
don't know what it's like to have nothing.
Yeah, here I was thinking money didn't grow on trees, but I don't know. Looking at them, it seems like that might be the case.
I don't understand your humor with those jokes.
Oh, you see, it's because, right, you have a bunch of money, you're a tree, and you collect dew and things like that, I'm sure. I'm sure that you have the capacity of condescending some, that's the word, right? Condescending? For, like, getting condensation on you, probably. You're very good at condescending, I guess is what I mean.
So I'm just going to hold up 100 Aquagranus before Doug. Dude doesn't look quite like this. This is different. I don't particularly understand.
You know,
value.
if you'd like me to teach you, I'd be happy to do that, right?
But I do understand, Doug, that it attracts you quite often.
Well, it's just the way it glitters, right? Even though there's like a sun, but there's like so much dark. Just look at that sparkle.
So it's the sparkle. So it's best if it's kept in my pocket.
Yeah, that would prevent it from sparkling. That's
And moving on.
okay.
Like your pocket is just like a loose piece of bark. You just shove it in there.
You see, it probably grew in there. I saw that.
And you will never know.
I won't. I'm a poor boy
You'll never know.
from a poor family.
Oh, no. Before that goes any further, you continue on south.
That should be a soundbite that someone should be able to drop.
I'm just
He's just a poor boy.
As long as it's less than 10 seconds, right?
Right? Exactly. Well, and as long as we're not using the official music, it's fine.
True. Just don't let GB play like 30 seconds of the intro of the song.
Of an Ozzy Osbourne song. Yeah, no one will catch that one, JB.
Oh,
Executive producers are fake, just like Doug's honor towards agreements.
I didn't make any agreement. I said I'd get the sword out. I did. I should have teleported significantly further away. I was trying to be respectful.
you continue on a few more hours, miles and miles, a good portion of the day, until, let's see, who has the highest natural awareness? Soil and Doug happen to have the highest natural awareness.
Naturally.
You hear this, like, mechanical sound ahead of you. And, like, splashing.
Mechanical splashing.
Well, those two things.
It's probably one of those birds, right? That you put it next to a cup and it dips its beak in and then it comes back out.
Captain, would there be any other forts, moving forts coming?
That'd be very unlikely. But not impossible. We're a ways from the road, though.
What other machines would we possibly see at the fort?
Quite a few.
Any others that
Rattle traps all over the place.
What's a rattle trap?
Uh,
It's like a snake, right?
no, they usually take the form of like a horse. They were too difficult to upkeep on horses. Was very, very expensive. Hard enough to feed people in Greywater Fastness as it is. So instead, they started to make mechanical horses.
They just made some horses?
Well, mechanical, yes.
That's
They call them rattle traps for their distinct sound as they gallop.
okay. So maybe it's fake horses instead of a walker that a bunch of Skaven both collected and got back working. And
Oh, I hear it now too. That's certainly not a cogfort. No, much too small. I think that is a rattle trap. What will we be doing out here?
oh, we might be saved. Actually, that could be people from the city.
I left my. What's it called?
Binocular arm.
That's it.
Telescope?
Periscope. That's it.
Well,
I left it on the. No, what is the?
Telescope.
Or a
eyeglass.
spyglass.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a telescope but smaller. I left my spyglass on the harbinger of trouble. Oh, I can't quite see, but I hear something out there. If it's a rattle trap, it should be friendly. Not that whoever's riding it, I mean. Rattle traps themselves are just machines.
But out here?
That's curious. We've seen stranger things so far.
Well, if those corpses in that old grove were just people running away from the city, there could be other wanderers stranded out here.
Or maybe they're coming to find them. Who knows? They didn't look. Well, I didn't see. Oh, he did see them. He was in there.
Oh yes,
They
maybe we
didn't
could
seem
alert them.
like they were
to
dead
the,
for very long.
to the murders that happened with your friend, right? And we'll go there together and give them their comeuppance.
I don't know if that's necessary. We don't have time to double back. That was hours ago.
You're hours ago.
Well, I think we should continue on and see if we can find who this might be.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Any signs of civilization are going to be good signs. What could go wrong?
As you head forward, the sound gets a bit louder. You can see now there's definitely looks like a horse galloping across the mare with somebody astride it, and you hear them shout like indistinctly, and you can see that they turn towards you and start galloping towards you.
I'll wave. Hello.
You see an arm wave.
I'm gonna just pull out my hand bow as it's approaching us.
Everybody can make a 5-1 mind awareness test here.
I'm so not aware.
Neither am I.
You said 5-1.
I have a success.
I don't.
I actually
Oh wait,
succeeded.
we only need 1 5?
One success.
Yeah.
Okay, then I got 1 success.
I have a success.
2.
Okay, so everybody succeeded. Everybody sees like this, almost like a spear, but looks too thin to be a spear. Comes crashing down into the mud just next to this person, and he like gets the rattle trap to get out of the way as this thing slams into the ground next to him. And then another one, you hear it this time, just miss him as he tries to get out of the way.
Where's it coming from?
And as he gets closer, you can see past him. You see these look like giant walking trees with bows. Pull them back.
Hunters.
You see a trio of Kurnoth hunters, which players would remember. That is what Mike's character was in our very first, the Fateful Night.
Not good.
Like 12-foot tall, very large, often aggressive Sylvaneth tree people.
Do you know why they're so aggressive? They're too tall to go through a fast food drive-through. Normally the clearance is 9 feet there.
They're trees. What?
And we're going to go into initiative at this point.
Oh, like a cheetah.
Oh no.
Working for that KFC sponsorship.
Oh,
Not a sponsor.
yet.
Yeah. Tim, send an email quick, will you?
Yes. Dear cheetah manufacturers.
So at this point, they're pretty far away. But you know their bows. You can easily tell that their bows have a very long range. I'll put an icon token for the rattle trap as well, just because it looks really cool. to show that it's like heading your way.
Do we think that Kurnoff hunters see us?
I mean, there's like over a dozen of you. None of you are like really big or anything.
It's a yes or no question.
Yes.
Okay.
If you can see them, they could probably see you. Let's see. We have initiative 4. We have Soil and Doug. And, oh, look at that. It's the same initiative as the Hunters.
No, thank
Oh
you.
boy. Okay.
Huh. We can't be outright hostile to these folks, right? There's no way that'll turn out well in the long run.
Hunters are, how do you say,
Just looking for food, right?
shoot first, ask later?
Oh.
If at all. Doug, what is this condition on you? Why is there a condition?
I was probably still prone. I've been crawling around the ground. I never took the action to stand up.
Oh, so you're just crawling in the mud?
I'm now teleporting to catch up with you every 10 feet or so.
So we're just hearing like every just so often.
I have a dope straw that I'm breathing through the swamp water with.
Soil's
Yeah.
got something marked on your token as well. I'm not sure what it is.
I got rid of the poison. It's gone.
Oh, it might be the condition for me being shrouded.
Oh, you have Mystic Shield on right now.
Yes, actually, great question. That's what I was going to cast.
I do?
It was on the under effects. You had it.
Oh, we never
Oh, in
turned it on.
shadow. It has the in shadow effect on. That's awesome.
I do.
That's really cool, Foundry. Thanks, Cubicle 7.
How
All
do
right,
I
so who's
have-
going first here?
How do I have something going on me?
I took it off.
Oh, okay.
It was because you had cast Mystic Shield before, so it was.
I just never got taken off.
Yeah, it was on there as an effect, so it would like add it to your stats.
Gotcha.
So the two of you get to go before the hunters. It's up to you what order that's in.
I would like to go first.
Okay.
I'd like to cast illusion.
Illusion.
Illusion. They're not tricks, Father. They're illusions.
Okay.
We are going to try to cast illusion.
On.
Oh, it's an area. It's in a zone.
Oh, that's different than Mind Slip. Okay, I thought you're.
Oh,
I
we
was
would.
thinking Mind Slip.
No,
Okay, so what's illusion do? You just make something look cool.
I make an illusion.
Creature, object, or some other environmental effect. Okay, roll it and then tell me if you make it. What do you do? It's a 5-2 test.
Well, I failed.
All right. So didn't something happen if you fail a cast?
Yes, there's this weird button that comes up that says the price of fail.
Oh yeah, you just have to click on it. That's so great.
The spell is cast, but with the opposite effect. All right, well, let me describe what I was going
Oh,
for
opposite
first.
effect. Okay, so what were you gonna make?
I was going to make it
great.
seem like we were significantly more people, like an army trudging
my
through the swamp.
God.
So all they see is you.
That's so weird.
Actually, this could help us.
It'll help everybody but Doug.
That's so cool.
Doug, quickly, run away.
Once again, the star
Yeah,
of the
right.
show.
About that.
So for a minute, yeah, I guess all they see is me. Just Doug.
You're in trouble.
Yes, I am.
You're in a lot of trouble for a minute. All right, Soil, what do you do? No one else knows that they can only see Doug.
Oh, no.
To be fair,
I don't. Oh.
I'm gonna be a little nice. I'm assuming that your spell wasn't going to include the person on the rattle trap because he's not part of your part. He's like in a set, like you're in a group. He's separate.
I love that you would love to give me the benefit of the doubt there, but no, it was to make sure that that guy could get to us safely and there'd be like an,
So he would have been included. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they don't see him either. He just disappears.
Yeah, that's so great for me.
And there's just a guy waving his arms, casting a spell.
And none of us know this.
Nope.
No one else knows that.
There's no way for you to know that they can only see Doug.
Okay.
I don't
You know-
even know if you know that they can
Oh
only
my
see
God.
Yes.
you. I
So like
love that, like the equivalent of a miscast table. It's so.
I feel
good.
like if I knew I cast it right before, I'd feel like I knew I messed this one up, or at least it didn't go off. I don't know that they can only see me.
you did something. Yeah, you know something happened, but it wasn't what you tried to do.
Correct. So effectively, all I wanted to be able to say here was, "Oh bother."
All right, Soil.
So I'm just gonna cast Mystic Shield on myself at the moment. Then.
Nice.
I mean,
So
that
you
is the
gotta
correct.
roll it.
Here we go.
The price of failure.
Yeah, like hopefully it doesn't happen again.
The price of failure. You cast shield on all of that instead.
I really like.
Wait, I have metal. I have training and focus.
Oh, I had
Almost
metal
forget
too.
about
I'm a
metal.
huge idiot. Yes.
I just love that
Before I
the
roll,
boys-
do you want to? No, you already did the roll.
I needed 2 successes, so even with the metal, I could double the focus or whatever. It only gives me 1, not 2.
Yeah, so quick reminder, using metal, so you gain 1 at the start of each of your turns, I believe. You can use it to gain an extra action during your turn. You can use it to use a tier. We don't have any miracles, so it doesn't matter. You can double your training before you roll. For most of you, that just gets you an extra dice. I think there's very few cases where you guys might have 2 training in something, but you get 2 more dice, which is a huge difference. Or you can double your focus after you roll. If you're like, oh, I'm close, but if I had more focus, I'd make it. You can do that.
Can I ask you a question? With my metal on my turn before it's like officially over, could I try to cast another spell? It's not illusion.
Sure. Mike said he was going to cast Mystic Shield anyway, so you can both cast yours. What are you trying to cast now?
Oh, Mystic
That?
Shield.
Okay.
Actually, maybe Steed of Shadows. I can summon a Shadow Horse.
To go with the other mechanical horse?
No, for me to ride and get the hell out of here. But no, I don't know that spell failed, so it definitely would be Mystic Shield here.
Okay. So you both try to cast Mystic Shield. Doug makes it this time.
I apply it. Oh, you can just apply it. Look at that.
Yeah, I think that's why Soil had that condition before, because it just, boom, you have Mystic Shield.
Oh, it
all
also
right,
be
I just
with
wanna
a focus,
double-check
and I'll
see.
apply
It's a
2 of them.
5
Because
It's a 5/1, right? And I just click on Mystic Shield itself and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hit roll, right?
Yep, as long as you're, yeah.
Okay. And I would either choose to use metal to double my training or double my focus.
Yes.
Okay.
And technically, you can double focus after you roll. You can see what the results are
Okay. Well,
before you spend metal like that.
let's just let's go for the roll and see what happens.
All right, you got 2 successes. You could spend focus here. Looks like
that would give you 3 rounds of Mystic Shield.
that's really great. Yeah, because Doug
Yeah,
currently has it for 2 rounds.
Now,
Which is
so
not bad.
how do I do it? I for focus, I just click on it, right?
I think you can just click. Yeah.
There's that overcast thing, so I believe you can hit duration.
Yeah, I think it should give you some options. Doesn't come up on my end, but you have more options to click
Duration,
there.
And now you see the overcast is spent. It shows 1 out of 1.
Right.
So now if you hit apply Mystic Shield, it should apply it for 2 rounds.
But all right, so I need just 1 5 for a success. I have 2, and if I apply, that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. Do I right click on that 4 to
Nope.
get it?
Once the 1 appears under it, it knows you're adding a 1 to it.
Okay, so then I would not enough successes to overcast though. It's not triggering. That's why I'm like,
Well, we know internally you should have it for 3 rounds.
okay, then yeah, I'll just hang on, let me I can reset it there. I thought there was like a way to actually change the number on there, wasn't there? If I right click on it or something.
I'm not sure because mine doesn't look the same as yours for that kind of stuff.
Alright, it's not letting me go any too further, but so then I just apply it. Click the effect to select tokens or your assigned character.
Oh, because you can apply that to other people,
Right, so...
like Doug.
So I would just click on myself to apply it?
Probably.
Looks like it says 2 rounds now.
Okay. This is where it gets a little technical and weird.
Right?
So just you can also just keep track like on paper somewhere that you have it for 3 rounds with your focus.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to do that.
Doug, I'm going to try to shoot you 3 times with my bows.
Oh, that's so weird.
So they use their movement to walk up a bit and then shoot their bow.
Meanwhile, I'm still waving.
They
Hello.
do have metal.
No.
So
They're made out of
to
wood.
Give them a bonus die. Well, actually, what's their... I want to double check their training in ballistic skill is 2. So that's 2 bonus dice.
Mind you, just a quick reminder for everybody here: their arrows are javelins.
Yeah, they're I think these guys are
just
like
making sure you're aware.
it's like the Navi in
No.
Avatar, right? Their arrows are so huge.
I'd
So
be able
here's
to
the
protect
first
against
one.
this so well with a
Wait,
dope
yeah,
magic sword
just-
right now.
I almost forgot. What's your armor?
Don't worry about it.
Just I used the arrow when we were doing the whole Halloween-like event there when we first started this. Remember, I pinned a person
was
to
real
the
good.
ground because I hit him with one.
So my armor,
Defense. I mean,
yeah, is extraordinary. Oh, not 5. I
was
meant to
gonna say,
hold
what's
on.
there
you just
bonus
you
of
just
5?
change it.
No, so it showed 3, right? I meant to change it to 2 because I double casted
Doug,
that.
rigging the game again.
It shows extraordinary. That can't be right. How do I update this, sir?
well, why did it go so high? You shouldn't have it just make bonus 0.
No, I have a bonus right now. I'm in shadow, which gives me 1 extra from wearing my shadow cloak, and I have mystical armor.
Oh, so bonus 2.
Yes,
So then maybe it is extraordinary.
I do have great defense. I've heard it's the best off.
Okay, so your defense is
I don't-
normally great.
I don't think
Not
it's normally
with these
great.
things that are coming.
No, because when I changed it to 5, it turned to extraordinary. When I changed it back to 2, it did not change
Did
back.
you click off the thing
Okay, we'll change it back to 2.
or hit enter?
Enter.
Close the sheet.
Okay.
Close it, reopen it.
I
See
have
what
two-
happens.
Open it back up.
I have 2 mystic shields on. Let me take 1 off. Maybe that'll do it.
Well, why do you have 2 mystic shields?
Because I overcast it and I applied it a second time by accident instead of
Oh.
increasing the duration.
So that would explain it. So
Now it says 4. What's going on?
4.
That sounds about right. Just we gotta go with
So
it.
you should be average at 4.
The technology. This is why we have technology, right? So it tracks it for us, and if
Yes,
If
if
the
the computer
program is
says
saying
it,
it,
right?
like-
Yes.
Oh no.
It should be better than average, though.
maybe you don't have to change the bonus, like when you apply the things, it does it automatically.
That's what I'm guessing. I think it's superb underneath extraordinary. I think it should be
Yes.
at superb.
Super.
Super B.
Owl.
Super B, yes.
Okay, well, let's see how we do here. You're getting a lot of shots at you, so this could be really bad anyway. So this
I feel
is-
bad for you, man. I really do.
So
Listen, I don't even know why I
selected
cast
you
spells
as a-
outside that I love them, even though they constantly shoot me in the face.
So I
Like, I know
selected
what's
you
about
as
to
a
smack you.
target. Foundry saying that your defense is extraordinary.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
But we figure it should be superb.
No.
5.
We can just go with extraordinary.
All right. Wow, I got 1 success. 2 damage.
Okay.
So I don't take any.
Because you have 2 armor? You have 2 armor?
I don't know, probably. It sounds right.
What is now? This is when you should be opening up your character sheet.
Nah, I don't think we need to fact check this one. Combat.
Oh, 1 armor.
One
One
armor.
armor. Oh,
You
but
take 1
so
damage.
weird. So something I don't know what it was, but it's the computer, right? That just changed the armor to 7. Yeah, I have 8 armor. But no, yes, I'll take 1 damage.
I loved him.
Even when I change the bonus to 1, it does say 2 armor.
How long does that take? Are we still hidden
Oh, I don't have a
from
bonus to it.
the charging?
Wow, he's not. Oh,
Hunters?
because your defense is so high. I need 6s to
Yeah.
hit you. So this time it's 3 damage. I got 2 successes. So you take 2 damage to your
2
toughness.
So-
2 damage to my
So he
toughness,
took
huh?
2 damage before, or
He
is
took
this
1
all just
damage
adding?
before.
Okay, so now we're just up to 3 damage total.
Oh, so I've taken 3 total.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the last one.
Nothing.
2 again. I got 1 success.
So that's 1 damage through after the armor?
Yes.
Okay.
So not bad at all.
I
Do-
changed my toughness to
any
1.
of us-
It's just this
Do any of us notice how like all of them just suddenly attack Doug, or do we? Are we all still in the moment?
I have 3 arrows upon my body right now.
I mean, they did successfully hit with all of them. So he has 3,
Javelin.
8-foot-long arrows
Javelin.
stuck in his body in different places.
Well, I mean, my turn's already gone, so it's up. I guess it's up to you two. Do you guys notice anything strange?
Yeah.
Ow!
I'll say they're 1 zone away at this point. And it is, I believe, Daria is up next with her initiative of 3.
They're 1 zone away.
Yeah. Like the next zone over, because they moved up and then shot.
Okay, so I'll just move to defend Doug. Well, this will be.
Oh, can
interesting.
you move to the next zone as your move action and then still close into melee or no?
Yes, you can
Oh.
you can move within your zone, your own zone as a free action,
Yeah.
for the turn.
Gotcha. So you
Your
can move to
move
the next zone and
over
then
another
free
zone.
action into melee, and then
Yeah,
attack.
and then attack. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay,
So like you get a move and an action, but you can do a lot more than that, especially with metal. And
that's
things.
neat. Yeah.
But their bows are range long anyway. But
Yeah.
you know these guys like combat as well.
At least you're not pinned to the ground.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm shocked. I'm not honestly.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
walking
you
around
are
like
a
I have
ti- you
3
are-
scarecrows sticking out of
You
me.
are a tiny person, and those are 8
I'm
foot.
not tiny. I'm lanky. It's different.
I forgot Mystic Shield increased your defense. I thought it gave you like a point of armor.
Yeah.
That was a huge difference. Me needing 6s to hit you instead of 5s.
Mm-hmm.
I just naturally have 2 armor because I'm just bark.
You're definitely not bite.
Ouch.
I had to take it. It was a great opportunity.
So Darius said you
Also, I've lost a lot of
free
blood.
action move to be near.
Something tells me
Yeah.
you don't like
And
being
enter like
up
the
in cushion.
defensive position so
Oh,
that
really? I don't.
No, it's
any
not
attacks
for you.
on
That's
him
not for me. Doesn't suit me.
have to go
My
to
suit.
midst
Oh,
of-
these holes.
It's gonna let so much light through.
Is that your action to do the defensive
Yeah.
stance? Cool. All right. So Daria moves in front of Doug, and you have your 2 cutlasses out.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 cutlasses.
I love this idea that you stand in front of him, like ready to defend him, and they
So-
can't even see
I
you.
can't even see you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna teleport away next turn anyway. So.
All right. Next turn, the rattle trap runs like around you, and you see there's a guy in the back who's just sweating like crazy. There's blood splatter on him in spots, and like he's torn up. Like his he's wearing kind of like a uniform. Like he had like a jacket, but it's all shredded, and so is his shirt. Has a bunch of little cuts all over it, and he's like, "Oh my God, people! Oh, thank you! They're trying to kill me!"
Shut up and help us.
And then Captain Hines goes, "Fire!" And him and the other people with their guns all shoot at one of the hunters.
That took so long.
I forgot their initiative 4. They should have gone.
Somebody is a little.
They should have gone before Daria, but that's fine. So the only thing is the only half of them are equipped right now, so they do half damage. But their blunderbuss, they get 4d6, and their accuracy is average. And the Kurnoth Hunter's defense is also average, so they need 4s. And I got 2, so they do 3 damage to a Kurnoth Hunter. And one in the middle, it's a little bit of its bark flake. You see some of the bullets hit, and it flakes off a bit, and it kind of like staggers back a little bit, and looks really confused because the bullets came out like it literally couldn't, like out of like literally from nowhere, just it gets hit, and it's like, ugh.
It's mine. It's just looking at this little. How tall is Doug? Is this Doug like a dwarf thing?
No, I'm like 6 something.
No.
I'm shorter than
Elves
you know,
are
the
tall.
other
and
elves.
they-
He was an elf. I'm sorry. So he's just sitting there. He's got 3 giant javelins. And all of a sudden, it's just, oh god, what the?
You're from nowhere, these bullets, and it's just like, but it does take a little bit of damage. And then it is Hella's turn.
Me, I'm so slow. gonna run up to him and try to smack one, because I'm not good at defense. And by smack, I mean hit with a giant hammer.
Do you want to hit the one that just got hit, or do you want to...
The one that's, like, straight in front of me, I guess, closest to me.
Cool. All right, so you run up. Like I said, its defense is average. Really cool thing about Foundry, if you select your own character, and then you should see the target button.
How long does this go on for your illusion?
A minute.
Do you see that there? And then you click on the hunter, you'll
Which is like
target
10
them, and
combat
then when
rounds.
you roll, it'll like change stuff for you.
I'm rolling with my own dice, though.
Oh, okay.
Rolling.
So what's your melee?
I don't know. Where am I? Hella. Good.
Is good, but you have some things that help you with that, right? Like underdog. Is underdog one?
I don't think any of that is like
Yeah, if you fight better when back.
activated yet.
Yeah, if 2 or more enemies and no allies are within close range of you at the start of your turn.
Yeah,
Good call.
there's different. Yeah, I was gonna say they don't often come into play. Those.
Yeah, because your hammer is successes
What is
plus
your-
2 damage anyway. So you need 4s.
What do you
No,
at for
you
your
need
toughness?
3s to hit.
8.
What's your original starting toughness?
Okay,
That's my original.
I gotta remember where to find everything
Well,
again.
you just
So
took a bunch of
I'm.
damage. What is it at now?
Oh yeah, it's at less than 8 now.
It's at 4.
It's at
Yeah.
4. It's halfway.
Yeah, if you wanted to put a
He's-
number to it.
He's half hurt.
He's half hurt. Okay.
All right,
His
I'm.
one arm is, and he's looking at the captain's arm, being like, "I really need that."
Yeah, what if I had that mechanical arm instead of
If
all of these
only I had a
poles in me?
mechanical arm.
All right, so you're rolling 5 dice. You need 3s for successes.
Okay.
Unless you want to use metal to double your training, then you get 6 dice.
I'm feeling a big roll here.
No.
No, you
Alright.
can lie.
I
You
need
can't see it.
3s.
Yeah.
I have 3 success. No, all successes. Everything's 3 and
Yes!
above.
Whoa,
Called it.
Yahtzee! All right, so that is 5 successes plus 2 for the hammer is 7 damage
Boom, boom,
to
boom.
this one. You feel when you hit it, it's not soft. This bark is thick, but you definitely, it's quite the blow here, mighty blow. So it takes 5 of that, and is quite hurt. I'm assuming you use your metal to attack again.
Yay!
Now, I have
Do
a
that.
quick question before you roll. Hang on a second, just quick question.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't see Hella,
No,
so
it just
Nope.
gets blunged from.
so is there
nothing.
any way like that? Just like because this thing didn't see nothing and wasn't prepared for nothing, does it just get like knocked on its ass?
I mean, if her hammer had a trait that
Prone
did
or
that.
something.
Or is
Oh.
there something about being surprised, like a surprise condition or something along those lines? Similar to when I'm hiding, when I teleport, I get a hide check, and then I get bonuses to attack things.
Oh.
Because it's unaware of the attack. It's not like you can properly defend against it.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. There might be,
Because I mean,
be a
it
rule about
literally
that.
just got smacked with like almost an anvil practically of weight. Just hit it out
Right.
of nowhere.
I mean, she already had all successes. I would say they're not
Or maybe they,
stupid
like-
by any means.
What are some of the temporary effects? Like something they're like blinded or surprised by everyone but
trying to
me,
help you out,
apparently.
here,
Right.
just trying to help. you.
Surprise the thing? I don't see it on my list here. I will. So it's not like you guys are invisible to it, right? Well, no, it's not aware of you, so it might not even see like you splashing in the puddles as you run towards it. I
So
will say going
they're-
forward in melee will count their defense as 1 step lower because they're not prepared to defend against your attack.
Okay.
I think that's perfect because I was
Okay.
going to suggest, well, they're blinded against everybody else but me because they're not aware, right? And that does exactly that. The target's melee, accuracy, and defense decreased by 1 step,
I'm so good at this game.
right?
It's like you've played before.
So we will call their defense average or poor instead. So you'll need 2s to hit with your 5 dice.
Okay. Successes again.
Nice.
All of them?
I mean, all I had to roll was 2s, so yes, I didn't
True.
roll any 1s.
Oh, yeah,
Alright.
and focus, too. If there's a 1-1 there, guess what? It's a 2 now.
That's true. Oh, she doesn't have focus in that.
Oh, that's...
Just
No, I
a
don't
lot of
have focus.
training.
Yeah, so just keep rolling like that, then.
Yikes. All right, so you run up to this thing and just wham, wham. How do you kill it as it falls like timber?
I killed it.
Yay!
I mean, I'm pretty small, so I think I just took out its kneecaps. Like,
Yeah, probably. Little
one
ankle
knee,
biter.
one knee, other knee.
Took him out like he owed you money.
Yeah, that shin is obliterated.
Right? One knee, your
Where
second
my
swing,
money?
the other knee, and it just falls straight down and then falls backwards into the mud. And the other 2 look over and they're just like,
What happened?
they're so
I am a
confused.
great and powerful magician.
It is the great and powerful magician's turn at the start of the round. Next round.
You know what? We'll default to soil right now.
Okay.
We're feeling a little sluggish, you know.
So that's 1 round of Mystic Shield gone for both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However long they're lasting.
3, right? Or yours was three
Mine's
and yours
3.
was-
Mine's only 2. Mine will only last through this round.
So,
Are we still invisible?
That spell lasts a minute, and that's 10 rounds.
so they don't see all they see is Doug over here.
Honestly,
These things
like,
are confused.
When they're
I
hit,
know
they should
that the
probably take
spell
awareness
backfired,
checks or
but this is
something.
working out really well.
Oh, that's
Right.
yeah, I disagree.
For
but
everybody but Doug.
We're doing good.
they could probably make mind awareness
my
tests
God.
each round, especially after they're touched.
Something else is clearly happening. Again, they're not stupid, so they know like something weird is going on.
They're just stupid looking.
They have a mind of 3. They're probably smarter than you.
I don't think we need to get into numbers.
Smarter than me.
All right, Soil, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, so Hella's out in front of me.
Yeah, she just took one out.
Right.
The middle one has some
Well, I was curious
some
about
bark off of it.
I was curious about trying to like see if we can even things out, but technically that's one spell ain't gonna work because then it could end up causing more harm than good.
Why? When has that ever happened?
Technically, if I remember correctly,
You-
if I were to use arcane,
You've got like a
Wave.
sword.
I have a scythe. If I use arcane, remember when I first used arcane wave, that's what started the whole you being prone for the entire.
Oh yeah, I
foot
wouldn't do
fight.
that here.
Right, 'cause it's supposed to knock the enemies prone, so instead it knocked Doug prone.
Yeah, it's in the zone in front of me, but technically since she's out in front of me, I knock her prone. I mean, even though she's not going to be seen.
It'll be fine. They'll never roll that. What are the chances of that happening again?
Right?
This combat.
Have we realized that we're invisible? Do we even know? We don't know.
This thing doesn't.
You
They
don't know
what's
that they
happening.
can't see you, yeah.
Yeah, we're.
You're probably like, wow, that was easier than I thought it was gonna be.
And Doug's not even
Right?
aware. Like, wow, that was weird. I made a whole army and they
Why
attacked
didn't he
me.
even try to defend himself?
They must hate beauty.
I'm going to. I'll cast Arcane Bolt. One of them.
The one that got shot or the other one?
One that got shot.
Cool.
Hang on 1 second. I want to just double check. I still have metal going for some reason, but yeah, at every turn, right?
Yep.
All right, so Arcane Bolt. I'm going to give a roll for that with 2 successes.
Nice.
I don't have enough to be able to modify another one.
Is it 4 ups on Arcane Bolt or is it 5 ups?
It's 5 and up.
Hmm.
And everything. So, yeah, I'll do that one. And you know what? I'll do another one. I'll fire off 2.
All right, so the first one hits that one, and you see it like explode on its chest, but it just keeps walking forward, like through the.
Fire in the flames?
Yeah.
Now, does magic actually trigger on their armor?
Yeah.
It does.
Unless it says it like ignores armor.
Okay. So I did target says 1 that each does so 2 damage. They have about 2 toughness. So yeah, it nullified it.
I think there's certain spells that can cut through armor.
Yeah.
Arcane Bolt is great for peasants. They normally don't have armor.
Actually, I'm gonna just let that be my turn.
I shouldn't have talked.
No, I'm just trying to think. I mean, yeah, I have a
He's
metal
trying
that
to
I can
show
do
you.
another turn, but
Oh, what if you like healed someone that's like?
no, you still got 4 more toughness.
I defaulted to you because I thought it would help me.
No, all right. I'll cast a Realm Blood on Doug over here.
With no successes, right?
Well, I haven't rolled yet. Oh, with
Oh,
no
price
success-
of failure. You
Oh.
do that much damage to
How
Doug
great would that
instead.
be? I would love it.
All right, here we go. Using metal to cast Realm Blood. Hopefully nothing.
I'm watching it.
Oh,
two
2
successes.
successes.
Oh, and you have focus too. Look at that. That's almost 3.
I could. I could.
It is your choice.
I could.
So you do heal 3 toughness back.
The target
Oh.
toughness. Yep. 3 toughness given back to Doug.
And
There
then
you
the
go.
captain says, "Fire!"
No,
And they
he
shoot
goes
again.
after me.
Oh, I forgot it was your. No, it's all the same initiative. So.
Oh, it is. Oh, I thought you said
The one in the
okay.
middle again takes 1 damage as they shoot at it.
And no, Doug.
Now you can go.
Okay,
I did my turn.
Oh, splendid.
I did my turn.
Oh, well.
I got into Harvard, but
So I would like to teleport behind the one that, has been shot with a whole bunch of guns.
Okay.
I would like to leave these spears behind, though. I think I can choose whether those come or go. So
No,
I just have
they're
some,
just still in you.
I have some holes now. No, well, shuckle my butters.
They're attached.
Okay.
Be like leaving your hair behind. Oh yeah, but he hasn't said that on this show, has he?
Yeah, it's been yeah.
Such a common Timism, it doesn't even faze me anymore.
And we'll make a
Got
high
Rachel
test
with that one.
as
Oh, that's how it works.
That's how you shuckle butters.
yeah, we're shuckle so many butters right
So
now.
I'm
Oh, I see that your thing went up.
yeah,
Focus.
yeah. No, I figured out how it works now.
Nice.
All right, so we will make a hide check here, right? As we've teleported, and we get that.
Free stealth there. Didn't we? I usually oppose this
You don't have to.
with awareness.
Come on.
No.
Two
Ah, they
twos and
see
2
you.
1s. Oh,
You're the only one that you disappeared and they turned around and you're right there because you went.
yeah, because I'm clanging ski poles around that are sticking through me.
You just appear there, but the arrow's just so long you bump him in the back with it, so he turns around. That's a great roll. 2 2 1 1.
I feel like yesterday I had, a gentleman point out, I was like, wow, Tim rolls really poorly
God.
all of the time.
What was that one you had? You took a picture of? It was so bad.
Yeah, they're 8-sided die, right? I needed to roll. Each one has a 50% chance to succeed in what I was trying to. On each one of these 8-sided dice, there's one skull. I rolled 4 of them.
Oh shit!
With how many dice?
4!
All right, it was all skulls. Oops, all skulls. Yeah.
It's like, what is the out of this? It's a permutation of like 1/8, like more than squared. It was.
Critical failure.
was
You
amazing.
lose.
It wasn't me. I wasn't there for it, but the story of it's amazing. All right, so you're not hidden to him.
That's correct. He's aware of this as I try to stab him.
Add defense is average.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Well, yes, correct.
I would like to apologize.
I would just like to say, stab.
Stab, stabbity.
Well, there's 3.
Oh, you did 1 more damage to it. Good job.
I'm so great at this. Imagine if I could have ignored their armor because they were where I was there.
Right, but just straight up 3 damage. It would have been pretty sweet.
That would have been incredibly sweet.
So you see this thing, like, basically it sheaths its bow by, like, just shoving it back into its back, and it looks like just another branch. Mm-hmm. And then it grabs another branch and pulls out this giant 2-handed sword and goes whoosh, swings it at you.
I have a medal left. My turn is not over.
I guess you do, so that cool thing will happen in a minute.
Oh, will it? Because I'm going to use a medal to teleport back behind the army that's there. Now, to be fair, I was going to say that beforehand.
Can you do that more than once a turn?
Oh, I've done it before.
I don't like that you could do it more than once a turn.
Done
That
it
seems
before, and I'll
busted.
do it again.
And I will keep doing it.
You-
We're
Again,
gonna go.
just so you're aware about what's about to happen, you have about a 9-foot greatsword coming at your face.
So once again, my whole thing with here was like, I'll hide behind him, I'll stab him, and then I'll get back to safety.
So you can, because it costs your move
That's true.
to use it, but you said you spent your medal to get an extra action, which you can use to move.
I thought you were gonna like super rules lawyer me there and be like, oh well, you said an extra action, not an extra move.
Well,
But-
like moving is a choice for an action, I believe.
And we're gonna go right behind Mr. Mustard.
Why do you keep? Oh, never mind. I figured it out.
Seven varieties.
I absolutely
57.
relish the
Oh,
opportunity to make these
all the
puns.
different types of Heinz.
Mm-hmm.
Next is coming up, probably a relish.
I'm gonna
He
move
already- you just
everything
missed
else.
it.
Still on
You
the
missed
picture.
it.
All right,
He said he
so
relished in the opportunity.
Ah!
that one it just like
Right
stomps
over the head.
forward
Right over the head.
because again it can only see you.
Mm-hmm.
And as it stomps forward, it does that cool thing where it puts the the bow looks like a branch, and it just walks up to you.
Well, no! I believe you can it pulled out a weapon and then put it back. That's like 2 actions.
It's not
That's
specifically not an action to draw a weapon.
silly.
Yep.
Is what that is.
I looked it up before to make sure that I could do this, so you couldn't rules lawyer me. So it uses its move to go into another zone, and then it walks up to you because you're the only one it can see, and it doesn't like you.
Can I offer an objection here?
No.
If it's if it's unaware, of the other people there, it would try to walk both through Soil and Commander Ketchup.
Right.
Wait, you went behind
Yeah,
all of
Commander
us?
Ketchup would
And-
definitely
Yeah.
step out of the way of this.
Pause. Since I was in the defense mode, the creature trying to enter the zone must use an action to make a body test opposed by my body might.
Yes, that's what I meant.
All right, that's pretty dope. So I'll
That's
put it back.
really
So we'll
good.
see it.
All right, so my body.
You need to
You
do
know,
a
you just
body
made
might
Dan
or
call him Major
reflexes
Ketchup.
test opposed by my body might.
I'm
Okay,
trying to figure out how
so it's a
how to use
opposed
Heinz
test. So
57
basically, whoever
sauce.
rolls more 4-ups.
Okay. So how many I do?
And it can't see you, so it just tries to basically just walk through your
Yeah.
space.
Whoa.
Might. So I got 3. How many? So whoever has the most
I got 3
scores-
successes.
Oh no.
You're just making up rules. You didn't roll anything. didn't
I
hear
rolled it
anything.
on Foundry. It's right there. You can all see. Well, maybe you
No,
can't
I
see
can't
what
see it.
rolled.
Yeah.
It says question mark.
I rolled a 6-4-4-1-1.
Okay, I got
Where's
3
proof?
successes too.
Okay, so how does it?
Wait, do I have shield? Because if I do, I have advantage. Does my cloak count as a shield?
Yes.
No, you said you had your 2 cutlasses. That one that I asked. Which one is this?
It's a shield cutlass.
No, but I can have both. I can have the cloak
Don't
equipped
they
at the
have,
same
you know, the
time.
hand
yeah, they have a
guard?
hand guard. That's like a shield for the hand.
Which thing is this?
That's just me. Sorry.
What ability is this here? I'm not seeing it.
I like that.
Is this a talent, Rachel?
For the what?
This defensive thing?
Oh, the equipment. Or wait. Oh no.
It was the
what I
action
just
she
did.
took, right?
Yeah, that was the action thing. I don't know.
So it's probably on the combat.
Oh, you did the
reference sheet.
defend action.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was a thing that your
No,
character had
because-
special.
It's in place
Oh,
until my turn, and it hasn't been my turn yet. It's in place until my next turn. So anything that
So here's how I would rule it. If you want my opinion, it's probably wrong, but it says a creature trying to enter the zone must use an action to make a body, might, or reflexes test opposed by your body or might. So it didn't exceed
Yeah, I didn't
the
win it,
task that
for
she
sure.
made up there, and it
Yeah.
took an action to do so.
I'm gonna double check in the book if there's anything extra there, because that's
Mm,
there's a
books
lot
are
more.
dumb. I
There's a
would
lot
look 'em.
more in the book here. Okay, so let's see. On a success, you are pushed aside, and the creature can enter the zone. On a failure, the creature is barred from entering your zone.
You're like the greatest tactical mastermind I've ever seen.
So like it's stomping forward, it draws this big old great sword, and then you're there, and you just like what do you do to stop its movement here? This like 12-foot tall tree monster.
Take its tendons. I don't know.
yeah, right? Can I like
Ha!
slice the Achilles heels?
So you slice at its legs, and it like steps back, and it's just like, oh, like it just doesn't quite understand what's happening. So seeing its friend go down, it's just gonna crash its great sword in front of it, using its metal to get an extra action. So I'm gonna say, because you're invisible to it, just increase your defense by a step. I think is what we said we were gonna do.
Or
No, it was the other way
same
around,
thing.
but-
Yeah, it decreases its.
But I'll say, yeah, just increase your defense 1 step. So that would become.
So I'm at what's the defense?
You just tell me. You
banner?
don't have to change it on Foundry. I can change it when I roll the attack.
I forget which symbol is the defense.
the shield.
The shield. Oh, I have average.
So it becomes good. And we'll see how we do. So I got 2 successes. Oops, that was the great bow. That was the wrong thing. I got to equip the great sword instead. So I got to rerolls that. Against defense, good.
It's not fair that you did better on the second roll.
Way
That's
better.
BS.
Oh,
All right.
That's a lot of damage coming in.
That is a lot of damage. So it
That
says
sword
damage.
hurts.
Why does it say damage 2? Oh, because 2 plus successes.
Yeah.
So it just got lucky that it hit you because you're right in front of it, and it does 6 damage to you. You do have armor, I know.
no, I don't.
Oh, because you got rended by the storm vermin. That's
Yeah.
right.
This is really tough because I played one of these things. I know what's coming at them. This is kind of tough to watch.
All right. So it slams you with the sword and like, it hits you, and then like blood splatters in the mud, and then it like the blood just appears because it's like separate from you now. So you can only you can only do against one thing, right?
Yeah.
So the next one's gonna do the same thing, stalk forward with its greatsword up to Doug. Let's
Yeah.
double check.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. When I teleported back, don't I get a stealth roll against all of them again?
Yes.
There's nothing around to hide behind, though.
There's swamp.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Dive into the swamp?
I was
Yeah,
behind
right?
him. I was behind him, right? And then I was not. He might not know where I ended up.
This is the same
Okay,
one
so
that
it
just
says
chased
any
you down.
creature. So same thing. It stomps forward, but you interpose yourself because you're defending. And we'll do an opposed body might. I got 3 successes again. How's Daria doing this time?
I'm dead.
Wounded at best.
Yeah, that didn't even go through all your toughness. You're okay.
Yeah, just one left. It's fine.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
But so make your body might test here to see if I can push past you.
No.
She is
Body bag.
regretting
Okay.
protecting you right now.
Listen,
Listen.
I would have given her a sword too.
What do I need?
4s.
No.
It's opposed. I got 3 again.
I got 2.
All right, so it just shoves past you this time. You're pretty weak from that last hit, and it finishes its movement up to Doug, and then uses its metal to attack
You should be fine. I gave you quite a bit of healing.
with its great
That's
sword.
That's actually fair.
I mean, I almost restored you fully.
You did. Just one off of perfect.
I got
That's what I
1
think when I look at you.
success because your
So
defense
close.
is so
We'll
high.
get there one day.
Wow.
2 damage, so I think you just take 1. If
Yes.
You have armor.
Yeah, I don't even know why people are worried about these swords. They don't even do any damage.
Oh, wow.
Doug's got 4 sticks poking out of him now.
I'd much rather get hit by one of these swords than more of those bows.
All right, it is back to Daria. After
Hey,
that
wow,
thing
Darius over there just
Oh
got
my god. I
crushed
know.
by it pretty much.
got
Where did all
walloped.
that blood come from?
Okay, I guess I'm gonna just
You
Wait,
can
do you-
see that.
I was just
know.
gonna say, like, can you not see that?
I guess I'm gonna try to go after the closest one to me again, but I'm gonna try to use the relentless assault. Let me see how this works.
Nice, because this is for your 2 weapons,
This
right?
Yeah.
really just changed up this
Let
entire.
me see.
Melee
if I
weapon
do
in
this.
chain increase
like-
your melee 1 step.
Yeah.
So, how would I do this on Foundry?
So when you click on the cutlass,
Yep.
it should give you an option to. You can change your attacker rating.
Yep.
Just change that up, move that up 1, and make sure the opponent's defense says average.
Opponent, defense, average.
This is the one that has been shot a couple times by your fellows.
Yeah. And I can either double my training or double my focus. If I use metal, right?
Yep.
Actually, we're not gonna use the metal right now. We might use it to take another action. Let's see what we get.
Whoa!
All right, yeah. What do we do?
Are you rolling hot too? Oh! Succeed with 3 additional successes for 5 damage. 5 damage? 1 plus all
One
your
plus,
successes.
yeah.
So you do 5. Wow. So 3 go through, because if it's 2 armor, we know it has. Wait, I did that wrong. There we go. All right, it's not down yet, but you can see it's starting
Yeah,
to like
I'm just
wobble. It's
gonna do
losing
the-
a lot of plant
I'm
fluids.
gonna do the same thing.
Metal to attack again.
Yeah.
Good. I think I should do
And
it.
the defense was average, you said, right?
Yep. And the relentless assault
Damn.
just works.
Boom.
That thing's dead.
4 successes again.
That's another 5.
Yeah, that does take it down. Does that? No, it doesn't. Mark it as
No, come
dead.
on.
Nice.
Did I get it?
Yes, it's
Wood
it
chipper.
timbers again.
Timber.
Timber. So 2 down, 1 to go, and it's Hella's turn.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay.
This one is untouched.
Yeah, bring your big hammer over.
That's all I do. It's great. I gotta run back over there and hammer that tree.
Okay, so your melee is good. I forgot before that it should have been poor defense against Daria, but it was enough anyway. So
Poor defense.
poor defense. So you're gonna need 2s there.
I could
Hella.
have had some more.
I just need 2s.
2s.
All successes!
Wow. All right. So with your focus, real quick, jumping back, Rachel, with your focus,
Yeah.
you had both rolls. You had a single one.
Yeah.
So you would have had all successes on both of those rolls.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's 7 damage from Hella, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is this the way to do
Hell
it?
yeah.
Just do all the damage.
That's your new nickname.
Hella, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just roll all successes. These guys are no problem.
When you only gotta roll 2 or above.
I just picture Hella. It's kind of like that whole thing went bust through the bar. Hella, hell yeah.
Hella, Ella, Ella.
I assume you're using metal to attack again.
Oh, sure. I thought maybe it was dead.
No, they have 8
Okay.
toughness. Just so you know, they're not easy to bring down.
Big out.
All
So-
successes!
no-
God,
so
now it's dead. Now it's dead because
We
they
went
had
through
3
that
left
pretty
and you did
quick.
5. All right, so the last Kurnoth Hunter falls.
I don't know if you're dancing right now. I don't know if Daria's really dancing right now.
Oh, yeah, what do
Because
you
I'm a
got,
little
1?
hurt.
So the guy on the
Spawned
rattle
through the
trap.
crip
It hurts so bad.
Oh God, more blood.
Oh my god, it's like this morning I was like half asleep and I like stretched my whole body, you know, do that sometimes.
Yep.
Like I was like kind of waking up and I stretched and then my left calf just
like,
went
locked up.
"Grrr," and I got like
Yeah.
a calf cramp and I was like, oh, I had to jump up out of bed. Felix was in bed with me at the time and he was just kind of like, huh? I jumped up out of bed because I panicked, I guess, in my half asleep.
Morning dance party, buddy. Let's go.
And I jumped up and like stood up enough to get it that initial wave
Yeah.
to go away. And then when I woke up for real this morning, I got up and I was limping for the first like half an hour. Danny was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just pulled, my calf. I got a calf cramp in my sleep." And she's like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Want me to get the massage gun for it?" And I was like, "No, that would hurt so
that would
bad."
hurt. Yeah, that hurt real bad.
Yeah.
So luckily, I did a bike ride on the Peloton.
What'd you watch?
The Disney Plus thing wouldn't work, so I really wanted to watch Shogun. Wouldn't work, so I watched the
yeah.
first episode of Arcane.
Dude,
It's
you
like,
wanna,
now's the
get
time
on
to
a bike and
rewatch
watch
it again.
all of Arcane real quick?
Right?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, because she got that stuff connected yesterday. I got to figure out what's going on with
Said when
Disney
they're coming out
Plus
with the
on there,
second
though.
season,
This year.
They're
The
coming out-
trailer's up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like later this,
There
like
is?
the fall, I think.
I want to say it's
I
fall.
want to say like November or something. Like it's still a ways off, but this
Show
year.
is so good.
I got to see if I can get other things on there like Amazon Video, so I can watch like
All of
Invincible
Has Been
when it comes out.
Hells real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, I might as well rewatch Has Been while I'm on there. I do need to rewatch the first 3 episodes because I don't remember them very well.
Yeah.
I was very confused. Oh yeah, so the guy jumps off his rattle trap and like sits down and like leans up against it, and he's like, oh, "Thanks, Sigmar. Oh, where did you all come from? I thought they were gonna be the enemy for sure. Eventually, this thing was gonna break down.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Is he aware of everybody else but me?
Yeah, because you cast it on them, the hunter.
It's on a zone.
He sees you. That I don't know.
No, I know. I just like everyone might not be aware anyone else is there.
I didn't think that part. Think that far ahead.
Just thought of it. But I'm gonna take out 2 shot glasses, 3, and I'm gonna pour a drink for Hello and Daria for saving me, right? And offer some shots around, and I'll take one myself. What?
All right. And the guy's just like, who are all you?
My name is Doug. Pleasure to have saved you.
Oh, you like disappeared and stuff. That was crazy.
Yes, but these spears things did not.
That looks painful.
It is.
How are you standing?
That's a great question.
Wait, aren't you one of those? He points to Soil. But you're with them? Elves and a Dwarden?
He is with us. His name is Soil. He's a very delightful fellow.
We are soulbound.
What? Soulbound? Here? You sent for the Greywater Fastness?
Are you from there?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't just come from there. I work for the courier service.
Oh, you should have stayed on the road.
I work for the Rattlefast courier service.
Is this a shortcut? Why are you not on the road? You know the deal.
No, well, I snuck out from Fort Festermere to break through the blockade to go to the city because I have papers to deliver.
The blockade.
Yeah, they're not letting anybody to the city because it's not safe. They're having a delivery in a couple weeks.
Oh.
Are there... So the fort is okay, it's just shut down.
Your Fort Festermere is okay.
What about the place we're
so
supposed to
you
go?
know that's where you came through the Realm Gate was Fort Festermere.
Oh,
From there
Going
to
to
the city, Greywater Fastness.
Oh.
got it.
Fastness, yeah.
Yeah, so he was going in the same direction. He snuck out from there because they weren't letting people go because they don't think it's safe.
Oh.
So he was like, I got a job to do anyway. So he snuck out and left. I got caught by some flesh hounds. They were chasing me, and they killed my escort. And then these Kurnoth those Sylvaneth came out and they killed the flesh hounds. I thought it was great. And then they started attacking me too. I had to run. The rest of them were all killed.
So we're on our way to the fort. Can you help us get there?
The fort?
Yes, right? The fort.
You're on your way to Greywater Fastness.
That's what I meant.
The
yes.
city.
The fort of the city. The city fort of Fastness.
It is like a city fort, yes. He's like, can I help? Can you help me? There's so many more of you.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'll help as whatever I can. I'm a
Well-
courier, not really armed.
While
I
we're
mean,
talking,
directions, maybe.
while we're talking and everything else, can I cast Realm Blood on Daria?
Yeah, we can also count this as taking a breather because this guy's
All right.
like he was riding.
Your
so
toughness is
he wasn't
coming
like
back.
running.
Yeah,
but
so how long do we...
a take a breather takes 10 minutes, and
It
I
just
believe
restores
it's just
all your toughness.
restores all your toughness.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Splendid.
Nice.
Yes, just your toughness. If you have any wounds, nothing happens there yet.
Perfect.
He's like, but
Never mind.
I mean, we need to head south. I know I got forced off the one road, but maybe we can get back there. But
What-
you guys are clearly capable. I feel way safer with you, and I'm sure I could put a good word in at the Rattlefast company if you help me. I got important papers. I think I don't ever look at them because I'm good at my job, but
Well, we can look at the paper.
Captain Hines,
Yeah, what
would
is the
you
paper
be
situation?
able to examine these papers?
he's like, oh no, it's not strictly against the law in Ironweld, but or by the Ironweld,
Or everyone.
Greywater, that's what it's called. But I don't think that's necessary. He's on official business. He's doing a job.
That's fair. Who wouldn't
I
work
wouldn't
in
show
law?
strangers my order papers.
You have order papers?
Well, I work for the military.
Oh, fair. Okay.
I'm a captain.
I do forget that.
Yes, even though you like to call him Major Mustard or whatever else you...
It changed. I just can't remember. He has such a forgettable face, but such a memorable arm.
That is so creepy. He's like, well, once again, thank you so much, Soulbound, for keeping us safe. At this rate, I think the rest of us can make it to Greywater Fastness in one piece. We should all catch our breath for a moment here. We can reload our weapons and press on until dark.
Would Soil be able to make any kind of check to see if she knows what grove the hunters are coming from?
Sure, you can go over and like inspect their bodies and everything. They have that the seed thing. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Like
I
the-
don't know.
Well, that's like as a branch witch, that's your job.
My
to,
job is to collect those.
to collect those and bring them back where they're supposed to. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to Lamentary, that's what they're called. If you want to collect that, see if you know what grove they're from to take it back to their grove. You know, that's always like,
Good
even if you're from a
karma.
different grove, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
It's my overall duty.
yeah. So you can absolutely do that. Give me a 4-1 Mind Guile test to see if you'd recognize that. You got 4 dice in it.
That's a success.
All right, so yeah, you recognize the grove as they don't really have names around here too much, but you'd recognize like you have an idea,
Where they're at.
right? And if nothing else, you could give them to a grove, and they could regrow them into somebody that would then be part of their grove. So like you can hold on to these Lamentary. They're like they're like their hearts basically. So they're relatively large as Kurnoth hunters because they're like 12 feet tall, but you can add it to your stuff. 3 Kurnoth hunter Lamentary,
Yeah.
I think is what they're called.
So, can I ask you a personal question? And I actually mean this very sincerely. Are you ever jealous, I guess, of other Sylvanet that still have the ability to be reborn into a grove? Jealous might not be the right word for you, but do you ever think about that?
Frequently.
I feel like it's like Doug is like trying to like connect with soil, but he's just doing it in the most uncouth way
Right.
possible.
Right?
Well,
Just,
one
like,
of the,
makes
Do
it
you
weird.
do you ever think about how when you die you'll not come back like the rest of your people?
it's
your
gotta be
soul
so
is-
awkward, no?
As soil answers Doug and everything, literally holds up one of its hearts.
It's very large.
Yes. Are you adding it into my stuff or? The
I
heart?
wasn't going. No,
No.
you can add it to your gear or just in your notes or something.
I see that I have a fragment of Cyclestone and everything. I thought I gave that to. Did I not?
You got one from the Cyclostone cockatrice that you took
Oh,
the eye
that's
out.
right. That's what I did. Yeah.
But the other one, somebody I forget. Someone else tried to take the other eye out but failed the test, so it like got
right.
like lost or ruined or something. Yes, you can just add it to your equipment. Just 3. You can even just put 3 hunter hearts or something like that.
How do I do that?
That's a great question.
But as usual, Captain Hines like pushes to continue on because he says it's never a good idea to stay in one spot long in the Ghoul Mare. I don't want to travel through the night, but
I would rather travel through the night and get there than spend another day out here.
I don't know if it would be more dangerous to travel at night. Some of these puddles are much deeper than they look. I don't want to have anybody drown.
Yeah.
We could set a fire and a watch. We'll kind of see what happens. Maybe we can find some shelter before nightfall.
Yes, but let's press on. Let me just make a sandwich quick.
You can make a sandwich on the move.
I don't layer everything.
I've seen how
correctly on the
dexterous you
move.
are. You'll be fine.
Okay. The meat's gonna be off center.
Okay.
Doug,
I-
you're complaining again.
I'm not complaining. I just would. Whatever.
I love how well you play this, like, prissy entitled brat.
It's just gonna be too much ham sticking out of the left side of the sandwich, and I'm gonna bite into it. It's gonna be uneven.
Alrighty, so
How are those wounds?
Fine. We rested. We breathed a little bit. Oh, but thank you, by the way, for bending me up a little bit. I do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's why I asked you a serious question. And I know that by saying, like, hey, I'm not lying to you and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, I am curious about what you thought about that. It's interesting.
So after another like half a day travel here, hours and hours, everybody's pretty exhausted. It's not quite dark. Behind is like, I don't think we should press on any further. I see a small glade here we can potentially use as cover. We can certainly find some wood to burn tonight and have a little fire, maybe, if we think we can risk it. We can set up a watch. I think we might be able to get there tomorrow as long as we're not too off track.
How far do you think we are away? Could we get there in the next few hours if we press on, or
I doubt it, but
it's traveling throughout the entirety of the night?
He kind of steps aside with you for a moment, and he's like, everybody's just so tired, I think.
I'm better tired than Dad.
True, but if it gets dark and someone lags behind, we might not notice, and then who knows what could scoop them up.
What if
We're not
we have
protected by
everyone
the ghost lights here.
What if we have everyone like hold on to a string, right? So we know if it gets
You
lighter.
have string? I don't have string.
Do I have string? No, I don't. Do I look like someone that would carry around string?
Then why do you suggest it?
I figured someone would.
You know what happened when we had to leave the cogfort?
Yes, I grabbed all of my worldly possessions and I got out of there.
And
Just
that
I
didn't
assumed
include
everyone
rope.
else did. What's no? I don't have rope.
I think if we set a watch, we're pretty well armed. But I'd rather not lose someone in the dark. But again, you are the soulbound. If you think it's safer this way,
I didn't say that.
then what did you say?
I wanted to know how far we were away.
I don't know.
Ugh.
I'm hoping we can get there tomorrow. Obviously, we're not traveling as fast as a cogfort.
What does everybody else think?
And-
Do we travel through? Or do
I'm
we-
sorry. When I said you, I meant like the soul. He took like the soulbound aside from the rest of the crew and the courier.
What do we think?
While the back and forth is happening, actually, can I cast Lay of the Land?
Yeah, we haven't done this in a
Or
while.
try to?
Yeah, last time it didn't work out so
Oh, that's
well.
right.
Oh, no.
I became blind
We
from
went
it.
back-
Oh yeah.
We went back north for an hour. Great.
I forgot about that. So what do we got here? 6-1. You got to roll at least 1 6.
Boop.
Hey, you got
Thanks.
1 6.
Nice.
So I can
for
see
1
for
hour.
1 mile.
Gain a perfect mental map of the natural features of the surrounding lands in a 1 mile radius.
Can we do this around the glade specifically, just to kind of?
Well, he like headed you over to the glade as
Okay,
you're
good.
having this conversation. So, do you like close your eyes while you do this, Soil?
So,
This seems like a trap. That question.
It's not always a trap.
well, technically closing my eyes imply that I have eyelids, but
Well, you have eye bark.
I figured it'd be like a banana leaf that goes over your eye.
in either case and everything, yes. So technically I would be closing my eyes and I just kind of have my great scythe in front of me, just like posed in front of me, and it feels like, to me at least, it feels like my senses just go out.
Wong out. So as you do that, you feel like it's the ghoul mare. There's not a lot. It's like, oh, there's a bush, there's a deep puddle, there's the glade, and then you feel something, like, oh, there's a big tree, and then you're like, wait a minute, the tree's closer. Oh, that tree's closer now. The tree's closer again.
Oh bother.
We may have more hunters.
It feels your sense you're getting is that it's larger than a hunter.
What's larger than a hunter?
Don't ask that. That's not a question you should ask. Are your people nocturnal? Do you sleep?
We rest, but not sleep.
Oh. Can we make some lore tests to see, what is in fact larger than a hunter that's also a tree that also moves?
Is there anything else that I can check to see, but because this is like so far out, I don't see it. I don't know.
So like if you look, it's not totally dark yet. Like I said, he was kind of stopping it before
I got
it was full dark. Yeah, you can. It looks like a big tree coming towards you.
like we actually can see it moving.
Yes.
Wait, we can see it moving, or it's like a radar ping for
Well,
soil?
if Soil like points out the direction, you can all see it.
Great.
So you take a moment to realize this is likely a Sylvaneth tree lord, an 18-foot tall ancient being
Oh, shit.
known to be leaders and warlords of the Sylvaneth Groves.
Oh,
You scurry to your feet and begin waking the rest of the camp. That was written assuming that you were like already camped. Weapons are raised, torches are lit and brandished by the crew. Party and survivors spread out to surround the massive Sylvaneth. Closer to the fire, you notice that this tree lord has already been nearly burnt to charcoal. I do not come here to fight.
Oh, thank
I come
God.
alone. He speaks in a hollow voice, sounding almost singed. You are at the edge of great danger. If you value your lives, listen to me. And
Gonna expand on that.
I value my life.
so he's 18 feet tall.
18 feet tall.
Definitely not going
Thought I
through
made a
McDonald's
token
drive-thru.
for him, but apparently not.
Definitely not going through McDonald's drive-thru. This feller.
Yeah, so he's
Ain't getting that cheese.
significantly
No,
larger
she's a fan.
than the hunters you saw a few hours ago.
50% bigger, some might say.
Yes. So I'm gonna. I thought I made a token for him. I didn't, so I'm gonna quick get an image for you guys in the Discord chat. It just has like his, it's like a bust, like his head and shoulders, but he looks pretty cool.
Oh, so he has no dandruff. Great.
Yes, because he's been burned as well.
Oh, I meant because of the head and shoulders, but yes. Oh, well, he probably does have dandruff because he's burnt in charcoal.
There we go. And then maybe Tim can show it. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'll open the Discord.
He has a cardinal on him.
Not all trees are pretty.
Oh, you're telling me. It doesn't look too bad. Honestly, adding that bird in there makes him look a lot better.
Right.
What is your name, sir?
The songless call me Charred You.
Well, you are charred, so that makes sense. What has you wandering out here alone like this?
I'm not wandering. I am watching.
Well, okay. How do you propose we go around this danger?
Head back where you came from. Where do you hail from?
A little bit of everywhere.
I have an answer. I forgot what it was.
I see you have one of the singers among you. Those around here are known as the songless. You are not one of them,
No.
says the soil.
No. We are soulbound. We are here. We are here because there is trouble at the fort city, and we have been asked.
So you are bound to the god of Sigmar, not Alariel.
I was chosen by her.
Are you warlike?
Should the need arise. I am not seeking a fight, great lord.
Neither am I. I have forsaken that way of life.
And yet, we have encountered several Sylvaneth who seek war.
Yes, there are many around here. I try to calm them, but it doesn't usually work. Pale Oak and I do not agree on much anything.
Pale Orc?
Yes, he is another tree lord of this region. One might call us rivals, if you were to put it so plainly. But what brings humans and elves and Dwarden and this another Sylvaneth here?
There has been trouble. What's the place called again?
Greywater
Yeah,
family.
I cannot remember it for the life of me either.
There has been trouble at the location known as Greywater Fastness.
Yes, war, as always, with these other mortals.
War?
Yes.
War with who, may I ask?
The city and those vile ratmen.
Oh.
I believe you would call them Skaven.
The only reason we're not on the road right now is because of those exact said Skaven.
I loathe violence. I would recommend you go nowhere near the city, for it is completely surrounded by those servants of the Horned Rat. I can on the morrow lead you back to the one road, if you wish. Then you can make your way back to your Fort Festermere. Captain Hines kind of speaks up and he's like, we can't make it to Fort Festermere. We don't have supplies. It's days walk even on the road.
I barely have 2 weeks left of sandwich meat.
Yeah, and for like, what are we now, 18 or something?
Mr.
We'll gladly take your offer to take us to the one road, but we
yes.
have to go to Greywater. There's no other choice.
I have to assume, like, these rat men are probably a plague upon your realm itself, no?
Every realm.
Well, right. So, as much as I don't want to touch them or be near them or see them or smell them, it's probably, unfortunately, our duty to help get rid of them.
You are soulbound. Yes, that does make a certain kind of sense. While I don't always agree with your methods,
I barely agree with them
usually
either.
involve violence and death, I would rather have you survive than be killed out here in the mare. Eventually, you might survive a few more days, but nothing lasts much longer than that out here. If you would permit, I would be glad to join your company for the night.
Is there anything like an intuition roll?
That's a skill.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I'd like.
can get
Yeah.
some intuition.
Intuition's usually with mind. You're just trying to, like,
Just want to make sure this guy is like legit.
Suss
He
him out.
definitely seems like it. I want to trust him, which means I don't trust it.
yeah, give me a 5-1.
Okay, 3.
2 6s and a 5. There's your best roll of the game of today.
If I could only do that while casting spells.
I also succeeded.
I did
Alright.
not, but
I failed.
we got some people that did, so that's all that matters.
So far, he seems like he's telling the truth. Like,
I don't
he-
like that prefix of so far.
Well, he walked up. He said he wasn't here to fight. He's not been hostile at all. He says he doesn't believe in violence. He doesn't look like he's carrying a weapon of any kind. Like, you've seen that they can, the Sylvaneth, like, the weapons can be, like, kind of part of their body, but it doesn't look like he's got anything. Soil would know that tree lords typically wield, like, really gigantic swords that are, like, almost as tall as they are. But they also can have weapons, like, they can just stomp on the ground and vines shoot up and hit you and stuff. So, like, they can be deadly without wielding a weapon. But he seems pretty legit.
Very honest.
Or he's a tree and is really hard to read.
Well, that too. Yeah, he has nothing carved in his sides. But, well, like lovers do, you write your initials in a heart and well, maybe not you. But
If you need a moment to speak together, I will take a few steps back. And he does, like, takes 2 steps back and he's like 20 feet over there.
In 2 steps.
Kind of like Treebeard, like his legs are like literally half his body,
legitimately, outside of my luck in gambling, this might be the first spot of luck we've had.
Right?
Alright.
You got pretty lucky with the Cyclestone sword lady, even
Yeah.
though you really
Right.
tried to
No,
mess
we
that up.
didn't. The cycle sword's still back there.
She let you rest.
Yeah, and we got a full-on night's
Doug?
sleep there.
I told you to leave the sword alone,
And I did, didn't I?
and yet you dwell on it.
Well, I think about it from time to time, sure. But it was a
Focus on
very-
the captain's arm.
That's right.
Wait, is the captain weird near me when I say
He like
He
considers
just, like,
himself.
looks over to the side. He's like,
Like, what?
Yeah, he like considers himself part of like your inner circle. Like he's not a soulbound, but he's also the captain, and it like the crew is his responsibility. So he likes to be part of these conversations if he can be.
So I just said that.
I kind of missed what you said though because I was reading something.
Let's just assume he's just kind of like looking around other things.
He got distracted. He's still like looking at the tree lord.
He's also confused reading something off to the side. Probably his orders or something. But,
If a tree lord is offering us protection, there is few other options of safety here in this plane.
I don't disagree at all.
All right, guess we're hanging out.
Only something truly wretched or mad would dare challenge.
I mean, he's bigger than my house, so like I have to assume.
Are we talking the vacation home or the permanent?
No, my room, I guess, is what I meant by that. My house is magnificent. I'm not super allowed to go back there. But no, I think this is kind of a great opportunity. I'll squander most things, but I'd rather not squander this.
All right, so I think we're taking it then.
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but overhear.
of course.
He like just leans over and he's like above you again practically, and he's like, "I will make sure we are safe through the night. You all need rest, I'm sure."
I feel like we owe this guy something, right? This is an absolute
Why?
blessing. Well, because what do
Oh.
you mean why? This is like a mirage in the desert. This guy just shows up. He's like, "Hey, I'll bring you all the things you've ever needed, which is just back to the road so we can leave. Or stay, I guess, if that's what we're doing." But, no. Is there anything we can do for you, sir? I have a ham sandwich.
If you wouldn't mind, keep the fire small.
Oh, fantastic. I like it when there's less light anyway.
Please.
I don't like how he looks
Yeah.
at people when he talks.
It was like,
Most Sylvaneth are not accustomed to other races as I have become.
That's probably pretty fair.
Yes, the branch witch is correct. I have had some dealings with you humanoid creatures, but not much.
Can I pick your brain on something?
I don't have a brain.
Can I ask you a question?
I have a lamentarian.
Okay, it's just it takes so long to talk to. Oh, never mind. Further to the north, there's a what did you call her? Him? Them? They were a branch.
Branch wraith.
Wraith.
A branch wraith that has apparently staked their own claim to a particular area. Is this someone you've interacted with before?
Yes.
In a positive or negative fashion?
She is very territorial. I call her Glade Wraith.
I thought we were gonna go with Glade Runner for sure with that one.
Blade Runner. Oh,
Blade Runner. She's
Wish I had thought of that.
been reborn 2,022
so
times.
good.
Her old mate was Harrison Fjord. Not mad at that one at all.
Yes. She is good.
Oh, great. So you made the right call there. Good. Good for you.
Not one of the songless.
Right, what's that whole songless thing? That I assume that's just like us, like people, right?
No.
Oh.
We are Sylvaneth that have become disconnected to the songs that bind us all together from Alariel.
That seems like that's probably a big deal, right? Or...
Those around here have become consumed by the song of war and seem to know nothing else.
Well, so they're not songless.
Luckily, we were able to broker a deal with the people of Greywater Fastness before they were taken over by the song.
How does one
But-
stop a song? Just Can you just
Soil-
like say
Soil-
Can you
Soil
say
just
over or something like that?
Soil
Like
just
when you're done.
puts their hand on Doug.
I was just waiting for you to talk again that time, but
This is the slowest character.
Yeah,
Speaking wise, by the way, I've ever played before. So like, it's difficult.
this is painful to talk this slow. But I have thought about it, and I have determined you are not Oryx.
Well, ooh. Huh. I'll take a compliment, literally, whatever one's due. But okay, cool. There are Oryx here, right? You have Oryx on your realm?
Some. They're a plague upon all realms. He just assumes you're talking to him.
Again.
Court said he's tempted to redeem Tim again.
No, thank you.
Again, not many have learned to communicate, as Hella has been helping to teach me.
I gotta say, interviewing or talking to more of your people just kind of makes me like you more.
Thank you.
I hope that was a
Why,
compliment. I
thank
definitely,
you.
I definitely meant it kind of, full circle, an area of effect, even. Okay. Sure. No torches, no campfire, and we just sleep, right? What's the worst that can happen?
Yes. I shall see you upon the hish rise. You guys want to take a rest? You said before?
Before I take out one of the Kurnoth hearts, may I leave these with you? I fear where I go, they may be lost again.
If you plan to go to the city, I might agree. Maybe I can take them to Glade Wraith, and she can help.
I would appreciate that.
I cannot myself take these to a glade, for I am exiled.
May I ask what for?
Not singing the song of war as they are.
I understand.
Yes. Thank you for collecting these. And he takes them from you and puts them in his own bark pocket.
Bark pocket.
So you guys bed down and rest again?
We're resting.
It's another long rest. So any what's the word? Toughness is fully healed.
Toughness.
Any wounds, you get one back. I think that puts everybody back to full.
Nope.
Oh no, you got one left, right? No, two left.
I still got a serious wound that takes care of the minor wound. I'm halfway there.
Halfway there.
Oh,
Living on a prayer.
my Mystic Shield's completely worn off at this point.
Oh yeah, that was only 2 rounds. That was 12 seconds. That was hours
Did the
ago.
did the guy with the horse stay with us? He
Yeah.
was going the opposite direction. Oh, he stayed with us?
He was going to the city as well, so he was like, "Oh, good, a party to travel with."
Oh yeah.
He was going the other way.
He was pretty excited about that.
Can we kind of do like the sleepover storytelling back and forth with this guy? What's that?
Who do you like?
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather
Never have I ever.
put a finger down if, but we can schmooze with him a little bit, right? Probably talk to him, see where he's headed, what he was up to, what's his name.
My name
Nope.
is Chard.
Okay.
You.
I asked that 3 minutes ago. He already told me the answer.
The courier.
Yes.
He tells you his name is Max, M-A-K-S.
Oh,
So.
I hate it. I hate that. So aggressive. Just needlessly complicating things.
Max.
Max. He's like, I don't know. You're soulbound. My life is boring compared to you. I just ride this around, usually around in the city, to take messages to places. But this one, I got a job to take this to Fort Festermere like a week ago, and I was stuck there for a few days because of the blockade. Or no, he would have taken it more than 2 weeks ago. He's been stuck there for like 2 weeks. And I finally got some guys to help. I hired some mercenaries to go with me, and we snuck out one night. Thought I could make it because we were all on rattle traps. And yeah, then them fleshhounds showed up. And they're fast.
How did you
Scary.
escape?
I got lucky, I guess. My rattle trap was faster than theirs, and then they got ed up, and then the Kurnoth hunters came and killed the rest of the flesh hounds, and I just kept on running, well, riding. And then you showed up. And now we're here. It's great, kinda. Better than it was.
Well, so tell us about the city.
What about it?
Well, like, what are the nice places to eat?
Oh yeah, I mean, you none of you have ever been there?
No.
No?
No.
It's a city, but it's like a metropolis. There's got to be like 1 million people, maybe a couple million.
Wow.
I don't know. It's big. Like, I mean, even on my rattle trap, it'll take me like most of a day to go from one side of the city to the other.
Really?
Miles.
Holy heck.
Whoa.
Static.
Was that static? Thanks so much for those gift subs. Really
10
appreciate
gift
that.
subs. Wow.
Woo.
Going to King Seasoning.
Wow.
Flo J. Pimpson. Great name.
That is really
Jay
good.
Simpson.
AJ Train. DVA Nick. I've met that feller. I like
Yeah.
him quite a bit. Never Sick. Exclamation point. Corn Dog McGraw. Tim Simpson. Gun damn it.
That's really good.
Melovolus.
I think you were fine the first time.
I think Melovolus. I think the last one's the best. And Kenji Feathers. Static. Thank you so much.
I can't get over how great the name Corn Dog McGraw is.
Corn Dog McGraw is stellar.
Thanks so much, Static. He's
Call
like, yeah, but
me Corn Dog McGraw.
I don't know, like most cities of Sigmar, like it's like a bunch of big circles on top of each other, just as real big, and
Yeah.
there's all the cannons around the outside that go off every hour.
So speaking of, we haven't heard any cannons yet. Have they stopped firing, or are they firing at rat people?
I mean, if they're firing, I hope they're firing at rat people. I don't know. We're still pretty far, I guess. We'd hear them probably a couple miles away. Maybe we probably won't hear them to the last couple hours of walking.
Great. I always think we're just a couple hours away, but it's never the case.
Yeah, I mean, this place big, man. I don't know. There's lots of good places. I don't know much about the inner rings. I don't really go there, but the outer rings got whatever you want. But you being soulbound and all, you'll probably be spending all your time in the inner ring anyway.
Oh yeah, probably. Unless there's like tapas on one of the outer rings or something.
So real quick, there's a particular place mentioned that Captain Hines likes. I just wanted to see if I could find the name quick.
The 57th Legion. Probably.
Is it the Magpie's Nest?
The Magpie's Nest.
The Dwarves of Worcestershire?
Worcestershire?
Oh no, it's an auction house. Oh, he recommends the old blunderbuss.
The old
Oh.
blunderbuss.
Especially if you're looking for a place to catch a wink. It's pretty good deal.
The old blunderbuss.
Callback.
Oh, and then Captain Hines leans over and he's like, "The Plum and Bob is where you want to go."
The Plum
Plum and Bob.
The Plum and Bob.
Now that sounds like my kind of place.
The food is dire, but the Plum and Bob has the best drinking water in the city, which means it has the best ale in the city.
Oh.
You
I
waited
didn't
in
know
case you didn't know.
I didn't know if there was going to be like a hidden speakeasy, right? That was like also like a cattle farm, almost like a Hidden Valley Ranch.
What? Why? He's like, but no, there's plenty of alcohol is not illegal in any speakeasies and Greywater Fastness. The workers would go insane without a place to
It's more about
relax.
the theatrics. Like a speakeasy just kind of makes it more difficult to get. It just kind of makes it worth the game, you know? Maybe
I'd
not.
rather just go to the bar and order a nail.
Sure.
But I guess.
Sure.
I know elves do things differently, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Better, a lot of people say.
Watch it, kid. He says it's like a grizzled veteran, but you're probably older than him.
It's like, you're like 14, right?
I'm 47.
Yeah, same thing.
Wow.
I'm technically not much older than that, but
Did we roll ages for this?
we sure
I think
did.
we did, yeah.
Do you know how old,
No.
Doug?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget. Oh, I'm 135. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I wrote down.
I'm pretty certain Dairy is like an inch taller and like 10 years older.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like the same.
But an elder
Oh, yeah,
in
you're
every way.
125.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look young as an elf, so like he looks older than you do as a human, but
They just wilt so much faster.
kinda, yeah.
You know what I mean.
I'm 11.
I forgot about that.
11.
Mike, that was such comedic timing. Props. That was great.
Although this is my second life.
Yeah, a lot of people might call that your last life, but I like that you're still holding on to hope. No, I mean that. I think it's very, you know, like a childlike wonder, almost.
Just continuing to insult.
No, I don't mean to, though.
I think that makes it worse. You're just ignorant.
That is my middle name.
I like the you guys are just chatting around the small fire.
The
that
not
you kept.
fire, yeah.
The not fire.
You know, even though he's a Sylvanet, they're not against you like getting, you know, finding sticks around because there is this small glade to burn for a fire. He's not like, oh my god, that's my nephew or anything like that.
This is not an in-character question, but the Sylvanet that use those big swords, I assume they're wooden? They're not metal?
No,
Swords.
they're made of a special, essentially like
Like
stone.
a dark iron or so? Oh, a stone. Okay, that makes sense.
I think something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they make their own stuff.
it's like a magic ore type deal.
Okay.
Technically, my scythe is made of it.
Nice.
Natural goodness. Oh, natural.
Oh, so it's made out of kale.
If sharpened and hardened to be equal to steel.
Oh, so more like a broccolini.
All right, so you get your rest.
Before the rest ends and everything else, just one more thing.
No problem.
Just when everybody else goes to it, Soil would like to have a conversation with Burnt You. Is Burnt You or Cindy?
Charred You.
Charred You. Charred You.
I can't believe
Burnt
you
you.
misnamed him in front of him. He'll react to that in like 20 minutes.
Soil just comes up. It comes up to charge you. May I ask you a question?
But of course.
Is the song of Alario weakening?
I don't know. I would say it is being overshadowed by the Song of War in these parts, partly due to the actions of your friends' peoples. While the city may have a deal with Alario to no longer expand, they are still producing weapons and tools of war.
Is this song of war coming because of this believed aggression that might come?
That and actual aggression and violence that happens around the city constantly.
Due to the Skaven?
And other things, yes. It was not long ago the city was nearly overrun with creatures of chaos, with the hooves and horns and many mighty beasts. Some Sylvaneth of the area helped because they are children of the ruinous powers.
Were these beasts of the undead?
No. They were, I believe they're known as the Beast Men. Not rats, more like goats and bulls and giants.
Not other men.
No. Not that I am aware of. I travel near the city once in a while.
Thank you for these answers.
Of course. Thank you for your sacrifice. And he, like, puts one big old gnarled branched finger on your chest, like where your lamentary is. Or would be. I'm not sure if you still have one.
It's there, but it's different.
But, like, he knows that you can't be revived, so.
Thank you.
Get some rest.
No.
I thought you had that look like you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was like, so I was, but I felt like it was. I'm asleep. I'm not. I'm not there, right? To make this type of.
I tried to make this have a very private conversation. In other words,
Right. Yeah. So like out of character, it'd be like your lamentaries, right? Like a Bluetooth device that just can't find a connection.
sure.
Like it could be on, it could be off. Who knows? It's not connected to anything.
Sure. Let's go with that idea, I guess.
It's just constantly searching for signal, and all it finds is Sigmar.
All right. So in the morning, you get up. You can have some of Doug's food, probably.
Nope, probably not.
Gets browbeat into giving up at least some of it.
We'll cut the it'll be like an elementary school pizza day.
Yes.
I cut that one sandwich into 24 slices. And everyone just gets one little tiny bit.
Doug,
Pretty
we
much.
need to share.
I owe money on this that I never planned to pay back.
That's true. You did steal it. So.
It was leased.
So Chard, heads you a slightly different direction than you were heading before. Still clearly south, but a little more like southwest than you were going or whatever. And he will take a few steps, and then he just kind of stops and waits for people to catch up, and then takes a few steps because his strides are like 15 feet with every step he takes. And it's
No, Doug, you can't ride on him.
Did you?
helicoptered. And after again,
That is
hours.
incredibly rude.
I was gonna ask if it was rude before I asked.
It's like, getting near noon. It says, treading through the Ghoul mare, you hear the sounds of the siege well before you see it. Cracks of thunderous artillery, the shimmering and glass-shattering sounds of magic being cast on a large scale. Distant howls and screams all mix into one background rumbling cacophony. Soon you emerge from the toxic jungle and come upon the first artificial structure you've seen in a while. A wooden stone bridge crossing a wide river. This is the one road, Chardieu explains. The way north leads back to the Realm Gate. To the south, your city. But you barely hear his words, stricken by what you witness in the distance. An open plain of uneven, noxious swamplands leads up to the massive outer walls of Greywater Fastness. An angry horde of Skaven and their twisted war machines are throwing themselves at the walls, and the city's bombardments are swatting them off. The number of ratmen you see is uncountable.
Great.
And we'll see how the heck you might be able to get into this city next time.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on How Doomed Are We? Surprisingly, not more doomed than when we started.
We're improving.
Let's keep it that way.
Despite my best effort.
I was really hoping you were going to take
Count
that
on that.
sword.
Finger guns.
It's a fantastic weapon, but just the fact that it would make you more doomed and it would be all Tim's fault would have been so good.
Hey, he can keep keep up with those misspells as long as they benefit the rest of them.
And they're hilarious every time. I love it.
I'm so happy that I can provide such comic relief when I'm trying.
The best part is in our last 2 recordings, Tim has miscast a total of 3 times.
Yeah.
Are you actually keeping track?
Like between different games.
During episode 200 of Kapapa, 2 turns in a row, I miscast hard.
That hasn't come out yet. Shh.
Oh. You don't know that.
Just kidding.
Sneak peek for those
Wait.
that are listening.
Yeah, cast the little spell so they forget about it real quick.
Yeah, so, well, you guys, you forgot this
Mindset.
last minute. Yeah, I cast Misguide again. Eat it.
Might fail.
Oh, another failure.
But again, if you're watching later on YouTube, make sure to check out facebook.com/professionalcasual. Make sure you get all the updates of when these things are happening. Mondays, I put up an image that has everything that we're doing that week. So look for that. We've been pretty good lately of doing this once a month. So we'll make sure to put that information out there once we get a date set. And I'll be better about advertising a little ahead next time, because with that event yesterday, I forgot to put. I usually post the
Yeah,
day
yesterday was
before.
a long day. Long day.
A lot of driving.
A lot of singing Has-Been Hotel in the car.
That was really fun.
It was, actually.
We listened to the whole thing twice at one point, and then we had our own theory crafting.
Yes, yep.
But yeah, check out professionalcasual.com as well for all the great stuff from the Professional Casual. And thank you to Rachel, Jess, Mike, and Tim for joining us this time. I didn't almost kill anybody this time.
That's right. But a huge thank you to ExPaxis and Static with gift subs during the stream. And Hinkelmeyer, who's been streaming Enshrouded over on Twitch. I stopped in today. He does that kind of here and there.
Cool.
But yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Stop streaming.